Look at that. Look how quick that is. That's the modern gaming right there.
Hell yeah. That's the way it should be. I unironically, I love the PS4 as a console.
Yeah, PS4 was weird. What was that? I forget what we were doing. I don't remember.
You just saved. You just saved at a thing, and then we quit. So you're just playing. You're just making progress through the mission.
I got hit. Remember the controls yet? I figured them out. It's locked on, so I don't really know.
Live, we have no viewers yet. Unsurprisingly, since we have not. Spicy Salts is there. He says, okay.
Dude, we gotta fucking... Oh god, that's right, I have stamina. Fuck, I hate this game! Oh, this is so gay. This is such a bad system. Anyone who thought this was a good system from software, you're idiots. You know what it's like? It's like, what if our controls just stop working halfway through the game?
If you want to trade off, we can trade off, bro.
No, because you know how to play these games, so I'll get like 5 minutes and you'll play for like an hour, and then I'll be like, I never did anything. And I'll feel sad about it.
I intend to play this game on my own time as well. I was gonna do that yesterday, but felt like a shitty poop. I Am Games is now live, says Stream Elements. Our best viewer, Stream Elements. Always there for us. Giving us the good word. I'm making a tweet. Formulating a tweet.
Yeah, I got this time. Yeah. Remember how this game works. This is our fault, anything?
Oh shit, I fucking...
Going back the way I can.
I fucked up my tweet. Also, why does it say Deus Ex is Games when I linked it?
What?
It's not even the title at all.
Oh, Deus Ex. I thought you said, why does it say gay sex is games?
No.
Like, I don't know, dude. Longbow. Hooray. 2 events on the roof.
Fucking image.
That's what the guys talk about. Shit.
Alright. Tweet is up if you want to retweet that bad boy.
I do. Phone. I am on brand. I just have a jacket on top of my brand.
No one even said a damn word.
Well, she get it.
Alright. I have tweeted and retweeted our tweet.
Damn.
So, hell yeah. I'm fucking on top. And our chat is starting to fill up with people, so I guess it's time for us to say... You're watching I Am Games, the most on-brand stream on Twitch.tv. Tom's got the shirt, and I just am games still. I have not stopped being a PlayStation in the last 2 days. We are playing the PlayStation 4, so this makes sense. Even if I was a GameCube once for a long time, and still am deep in my heart. I'm all games though. Pancakes with Craters says, "What up?"
Not much, my dude. Just getting my balls rocked in this video game.
Hell yeah, dude! The way they explode is so fucking nice to watch.
You could say it's a big cum.
It is a big cum. At least it's more like a small cum. But then when you beat the big guys, it's the big cum. You know. I would say when you killed that fucking demon in the last stream, that was a pretty big cum.
It was pretty sick. I was about it. Whoa, that guy was on my dick immediately.
Yeah, he knew what was going on.
Damn. Alright.
Look
guys. Look what I just did. I just healed.
Yes, Tom has learned to heal. So, Anna, I think you just did a key pulse.
I did, by accident. Oh god, there's a guy. Oh no!
You need to get the fuck out of here.
There's a guy up there with a
fire
fire
arrows.
arrows.
Fucking,
I didn't know.
You're gonna need to go up
arrows.
a ladder probably to get to him. Hey, I hear the fucking sound that it makes when we get a guy. Muck Norris subbed with Twitch Prime. Twitchy.
Whoa, he's on my. He's falling.
Climb that fucking ladder, dude. I don't know how fast you climb though.
I don't know either.
An effective escape. But this guy is fucking on your dick.
We're gonna go low. We're gonna go low stance. Now we're in high evasion.
If he runs out of stamina, you can do your fucking punish on him, right?
Yeah, you gotta be close. Sorry, I'm doing the fast moves now. Now I'm a fast boy. He's a slow boy, so I'm gonna fuck him up good.
It's really fascinating that you do get to see your enemy's stamina bar, because that is not a thing in Souls. Personally, I feel like this game, aside from the stamina meter, is not that similar to Dark Souls, and that's the approach I would want to take talking about it. I think it's like vastly more arcadey and gamey.
Yeah, it's more like a video game and less like hell. Got a whetstone. Maybe that upgrades a weapon. Sharpen blade.
When is Tom gonna play Super Seducer 2?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
You should watch Donkey's videos about it. It's pretty. It's like some weird rich guy made a. I guess you'd call it a dating sim, but it's entirely in live action. So it's like you know, one of those cinematic games, like from the old days. But
interesting.
So it's like, you know, depending on what choices you make, you go down different routes. It's very like ridiculous and, you know, more of like a. It really feels like a guy with a preposterous amount of money just did this as his like ploy for attention, you know.
He wanted his 15 minutes of fame, and he wasn't afraid to spend toward it.
He literally like he paid. He gave like 15 grand to like a charity of Donkey's Choice to do a video on the sequel, something like that. So yeah, he's he clearly has money to throw around to bring attention to his thing, but it seems like pretty fun, like a pretty fun thing to exist. Just a little annoying, but you know,
everything's a little annoying, dude.
Yeah.
Can't get away from that.
I'll play this game only if someone mods Naruto running into it. Well, you're technically a samurai, not a ninja, as we found. So,
yeah,
more of a samurai.
No, it's samurai suffering mode, and you know,
this enemy is a straight like Bloodborne ripoff. The way his eyes trail is like exactly like the wolves in that.
Oh, he's fucking dead now, so who cares?
Is it cold there? I assume Tom is always cold if he's so skinny.
I'm always cold, even in the summer. In the summer, I wear this jacket. Not a joke.
Tom is not that skinny, also.
Yeah, the meme does need to die.
It's. I mean, you've lost a lot of weight from keto, but like, you're not like a stick or anything.
Not yet. That's the goal.
Not cold enough that it would be like or not skinny enough that it would make you cold. But you are apparently cold all the time anyway.
Yeah, it's just my natural state of being.
But yes, it is cold as shit here in Boston. It's below 30 degrees.
Oh, he's still going.
It's not super cold in this room though, because you got the heat running. Play Mario and Rabbids? Why?
God, I've barely even touched him. He's like, still. Oh, what the fuck!
Still no big cum emote tier.
Wait a minute. There's a big Oni boy, and you're still mad at me. Do you not realize the situation we're in right now? You fucking idiot!
Will the Oni hurt that guy?
No! This is bullshit. I'm out of healing items. We got bigger fish to fry now, my dude.
You get him with that fucking triangle. Hell yeah. Get fucked.
I guess they lose stamina for getting hit as well. Alright, well, I have no... Do I have any gear? Can I gear?
They probably, like, if they get hit and they're trying to, like, block, that would probably make them lose stamina, because that happens in Souls.
That's true.
Yeah, Muck Norris says, still no big cum emote tier 1, seppuku yourselves. I'm gonna fix all this shit soon. I've decided that, well, we found out that, I'd been in the mindset for a while that we were gonna try to, like, move, relatively soon. And we found out we can't till, like, May. So, I'm gonna take this time, this opportunity to finally fix all the shit that needs to be fixed for IM Games. To do the research and repairs, research and development, we'll call it. Set up the IM Games R&D department. But that'll have to wait till after this weekend, because we're having a micro RadCon, I guess.
RadCon 3.25.
Yeah, that works. What are some popular game series you guys hate? Oh boy. All of them. Fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Terrible.
I've never
Oh god!
I don't think I've ever actually played a Grand Theft Auto game. I've just watched a lot of people playing them, and they're
Imagine playing Red Dead, but in a car.
Yeah, well,
that's what it is.
There you go. Red Dead Redemption.
That's why people love Red Dead so much. It's Grand Theft Auto on a horse. That's why you would hate Grand Theft Auto so much. It's Red Dead in a car.
What are some other popular gaming franchises?
Call of Duty, Battlefield.
I don't have any problem with Call of Duty. It's not really.
There's a fucking wall there.
It's not really my type. I'll say that, like,
free from this mortal coil. This game knows what I'm about.
Yeah. Call of Duty the single player campaigns are no fun in my opinion. I don't give a shit about the single player, and multiplayer gets old pretty quickly. But it's fine for a couple afternoons with your friends. I played Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, I think, a bit. But I wouldn't say I hate those as much as Grand Theft Auto. Did you play deeper into March End Forest, and how was it? I did not. That game is garbage. Like, if you couldn't tell from watching me playing it on that video I did, it's pretty bad. Oh shit. Is that Zen Huxtable?
Zen Huxtable! Oh my god!
Hey,
Did you see us go live on Twitch? You were like, oh man, I gotta get over there right quick. I gotta get in that IM Games action, my dude.
Come on in, bro.
It's a discombobulating thing. Just because I was listening to it on the headphones.
Oh yeah.
And I heard you guys on the stream afterwards. It's so weird.
That's funny as fuck.
Oh. So I was like, I was responding to you, and like right in the middle of the response, I was like, why is he saying that again?
Oh, you were like responding in the chat?
Yeah, no. It's like
he was
I heard what you said.
The headphones. Man.
Oh,
and then I heard it on the stream afterwards because I was still listening to the headphones. So I was just so confused. Yeah.
Well, now we've got Zen Huxtable on.
Full house, huh?
It's like a two-handed weapon.
I didn't expect you to come so early. Did you want to be in the stream? Were you like,
no, it's totally fine. I'll probably hop in and out. I was just gonna. I'm a little disappointed because I know that Twitch is really strict about their rules and whatnot. I was just gonna come in here yelling the N-word, but that's not gonna work out.
Well, I mean,
we've said it plenty of times.
Oh yeah,
show,
no repercussions.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, I think somebody has to report you.
Right.
Thankfully, we've cleaned up our act and
your fan base.
Are you just like chewing on an S Pen right now? Straight up.
So the bottom of my digitizer on my phone is totally jank.
Oh, yeah.
So like I have to use that. I have to keep it on my person at all times. And like if I keep it in my pockets, I have like a bunch of pockets all the time, and I know that I'm gonna like lose it somewhere. So I just have it in my mouth.
That is insane, dude.
And you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. Cause it look cool as shit with it in my mouth.
You weren't really hurting for that aspect, even without the pen, dude. What the fuck am I doing?
I'm trying to understand this long-ass comment from Unstable Hedonist. He says, Digi, to get better at influencing public opinion, someone would have to be able to, with some mild accuracy, grade how well they are doing and try different things and see how well they work, though it is really hard to get good data on how many minds a video changes and how much it's just preaching to the choir. Do you have any ideas for how someone could measure their effect on public opinion better? Oh boy. I don't think any one video is going to change public opinion, because you will always be, for the most part, preaching to the choir. Now, I do think that you can start a rippling effect, and if a lot of other people start saying the same thing that you're saying, that will eventually change public opinion. So, for instance, like, Pedantic Romantic credited me with changing, like, the public opinion on SAO, at least within the circles of, like, online commentary. But I don't think my videos alone did that. I think that the fact that my videos made it cool to do it made that happen. Like, there were already enough people who didn't like the show, and I just kind of made it cool for those people to speak out. And once those people did speak out, then it became like, okay, well, now everyone's trashing this shit, so, you know, it just takes getting the ball rolling. But I guess I would say that the way you know you're having an effect is if other people start imitating you. Basically, I'll say that of any form of media, if the only way you know that you're really having an effect is if people start ripping you off. That means you've done good. Like this game, for instance. Proof that Dark Souls was a big success, that a bunch of people started copying the Dark Souls formula. And now it's like a whole genre unto itself.
Yeah. Also truth that nobody knows what good shit is. Dark Souls sucks.
Is that the camera?
Yeah, it's the camera. You're right in the middle of it with your big, bright...
Oh yeah, the neon.
The fluorescent optic yellow.
Mm-hmm. I got us at a thrift store.
That was my name on forums for like a very brief period. Fluorescent optic yellow.
Oh yeah?
FOY.
Ooh.
Just because I thought it was such a funny name for a color.
It's an actual color name?
That's when you see like yellow street signs, they are technically fluorescent optic yellow.
Nice.
Actually, I don't even know if this is really yellow so much as like a...
Yeah, it's something. It's like greenish, right? Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know.
Could be.
No. It definitely has a green tint to it.
Wild Zen. I've just gotten to the part in the chat where you came in.
People were just like it's so weird to hear Zen with good audio quality. We should go fuck themselves.
Digi and Tom, how has IM Games been as a venture, and would you consider it a successful? I think it's early to call it successful.
It's definitely not. As it stands right now, it's not successful.
It's not a failure.
It's financially solvent, I think, but I wouldn't call that success.
No. It's
right, look at this shit right now. Look what I'm dealing with all of a sudden.
I would say it is at best still in the stage of it has potential.
Yeah.
Tom, I mean, you could look at it as like,
well, now I'm dead. Fuck you.
There was this glorious period when we had this guy named Jalen Harris giving us lots of money, and then he somehow accidentally dicked Tom out of $80.
Yeah.
So
I'm not financially solvent right now. That's for sure.
Oh, Jalen is here. Jalen, you got to solve this. You got to solve this fucking Smash problem, dude.
He said that he got back to me right before the stream started and said that he did message the bank and thought it was taken care of.
Well,
so he needs to message them again and be like, it's not taken care of. You're still trying to steal money from my friend, and I know you're a greedy corporation. Could you not, though?
Isn't Zen severely lacking in being games?
We're in the game dojo right now. This is how you learn.
I'd say
right now, I'm teaching him how to not play Neo. It's very important.
Yeah. I'd say currently I am severely lacking in games. I do not play games besides Super Smash, but I think that I have a very high what's the word, allegiance to certain games. I spent $370 to get one game, so that's something, right?
That is intense.
There we go.
I think there's a lot of gamers who are like that. I think there's a lot of people who just like a few games. I mean, that's certainly how Twitch is like.
Right.
It's mostly people who just play like a game obsessively.
Yeah. But then again, it's I am games, not I am game.
That's true. Zen, I think I have no other chance to tell you this. Fix your mic popping bullshit. It's not funny anymore.
It's not a joke. I'm just bad at audio.
Copax Digiboy says, "Where is Mark though?" I'm here. Oh, hi, Mark.
Is that Mark?
Gozaimasu.
Wait, are you always off screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the meme.
Well, except for the time Mark got a tit job to go on the Soul Calibur one.
Oh God, this game hates me. The feeling is mutual, but
Yeah.
I've been thinking the same thing you said about JRPGs that you said in your March and Forest video. They don't make them like they used to. Especially for me, they're more about grinding than anything else now. I thought we were over this towards the end of the SNES lifespan. I mean, I haven't played enough modern JRPGs because they all look shitty. So I don't really know how bad it's gotten. But I'll take your word for it.
oh, now there's just only guys, I guess.
Would the Kusarigama be useful for fighting groups like that? I'm assuming that's one of your weapons.
I don't know. I've never been in a situation where I've had to fight more than one thing, so... Well, I guess
The
I could...
fuck is a mamba?
Wow. Dude, I ate this all the time back in middle school.
What the hell is it?
Oh, you want one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it like a starburst?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Is it like Haichu?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. It's pretty much the same thing, different name.
Where's it from?
You know that store that's like 5-minute walk away from
I
you?
meant like country-wise. Like, is it American? Is it a...
I think it's American. Maybe it'll say it here, right? Will it say here? Made in Germany. By August Stork KG.
Aquaka says, I play like every RPG, seriously, and I almost never grind. It's about how you approach the game. Very few games actually require you to grind. That's how I mean, like, I think that a lot of the time, and I'm not speaking for that other guy, I don't know what games he's been playing, but like, a lot of the time when people think you have to grind, it's because they have not studied the mechanics in enough depth.
Right.
It's like, usually RPGs are meant to be kind of strategic, and really the ability to level up is mostly so that if you are incompetent, then that's another way around it, you know?
Like me.
But I think that that's the... I think,
Do you think it should be like a basic component of those types of games to have that flexibility in how, like, different paths and how you play the game? Like, you don't have to grind in order to...
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that a lot of people think the problem with JRPGs is grinding, and the reality is the problem with JRPGs is that by allowing people to grind, they view that as the path of least resistance, and that's what they end up doing, instead of trying to figure out if there's another way. Like, they lose a hard battle, and they just assume they're underleveled. But that's not always the case, you know? But at the same time, it takes a really good critic who's knowledgeable about the genre to be able to figure out if the game actually is requiring you to grind obnoxiously. There's also lots of games that just put you into situations where you have to grind because you fucked up at some point. Where it's like, if you didn't do these like side quests and shit that they expected you to, then you end up underleveled and needing to grind, but you can't go back and do that stuff, you know? So that can also be annoying, but because it comes down to like basically forcing you to do research on the game as you play it, and they don't always telegraph that you have to do that, since not every game expects that from you.
Yo, everyone watching this, you have no idea how much trouble setting up these streams are. All you have to do is like click the video, click the notification when the stream starts. But like, there's so many cords here. It's crazy. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's a lot of consoles down there.
This is like the it's like the cleaned up version. It used to be even worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare before.
Jesus Christ.
Those are pretty good Mambas.
Yeah.
It definitely is like somewhere in between a Starburst and a Haichu.
Right, exactly. You know, for
what the fuck is happening?
Best of both worlds, I don't know. For the candy connoisseurs.
Jalen Harris says, all I heard was $80, so I assume we're talking about me. I'm trying to fix it as we speak. Good man.
Alright, I don't have this flavor.
Oh, there's more than one flavor?
Yeah. There are 3 flavors, but I ate
try
one.
Of these
yeah, sure.
things?
You want to try these 2 flavors?
Wow. Alright. Fucking
Man, you want one?
No.
Alright.
Mamba.
Yeah. Like the snake.
Are these poisonous? Is that the joke?
Yeah. It's
Well, you're gonna die from poison.
anti-candy proper. I don't fucking know.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm about to fucking have to tear open a whole can. I was looking at the chat and people were like, school is some bullshit and I fucking hate school, and I was like, what caused this? Ninja Jeff says, anyone else constantly get told by teachers, you're smart but also very lazy, but if you work on that you can get good grades. Literally, story of my fucking life.
Yeah.
The only thing any teacher ever said to me.
Yeah.
You're so smart. If you just stop being lazy, you could do well in school. Bitch, I'm not lazy. I have emotional issues. I'm trapped in a fucking prison of your design. I want to kill myself. That's why I'm doing bad in school.
You see, the way
address the problem.
The way I assumed you were gonna answer that. 'Cause I would have answered that. I've been like, the reason I'm not doing any schoolwork is why I'm so smart.
Right.
Because I've seen through the need to do this.
Joke's on you. I was just pretending to be retarded.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Oh god, I hate this fucking game. I can't believe a game that's made so well can be so shitty. But here we are. A game that has like really great feeling hits and like,
it's weird,
good graphics
like,
and good everything, but it's like, what if we just made it that every 6 or 5 seconds when you're in the middle of a fight, your controls just stop working because you're having fun playing the game, but we're forcing you to stop playing the game for a second because if you kept playing the game, you'd have too much fun. We can't have that. That's what a stamina bar is. You're enjoying our combat. You're enjoying the graphics we've made and the sounds.
It's meant to be about the push and pull.
I don't want to push and pull. I want to push. I want to push until I break the surface. That's what I want to do.
The true big comes from how tactically you can.
It's all strategic.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's so boring. It shouldn't be monitoring my stamina bar. It should be how many hits can I get juggled in midair.
I don't know what Spicy Salt is trying to ask, but Zen, he wants your thoughts on Sheck West.
I got horse calling. It's a song by Sheck West. It's called Mo Bamba.
Oh.
Yeah, and
that makes sense. He also wants to know if you can go sicko mode.
I can't. I
can go sicko.
I can only play Mo Bamba. I'm sorry, no, it's a Twitter meme. It's like the kid from Polar Express. You know that kid, the nerdy kid? It's just like a still image of him, and it's like...
Wait, the kid with the glasses?
The kid with the glasses,
I thought that meme was from Spider-Man. I thought that was from that new Spider-Man movie.
No, what? Have you watched it?
No.
Dude, we have to fucking watch it. Jesus Christ.
The kid who looks like Jeff Dew?
Yes. Did you see that meme, by the way?
Yeah.
Did it get sent to you?
That's how I
love
first
it.
was
I
introduced
fucking
to it.
love it.
Well, she showed it to me, but I just... She told me it was the kid from Into the Spider-Verse.
No! Are you... Yes,
oh, I thought you told me it was from the new Spider-Man movie.
No.
Oh. Well, I don't know what the fuck.
Maybe you're talking
I
about
haven't
Spider-Verse
seen either
before.
one, so...
Yeah. No, but it's just a still image of him, and then like the caption is like, "Do you guys want Mo Bamba or Sicko Mode?"
That's pretty good.
I love it. I I just love thinking about it.
Me. That's me if I had been born in the correct generation to be that age.
Right, exactly. Oh man, that's good stuff.
The funny part is I can't. Oh, now I remember how Sycamore goes. Out like a light.
That's the one.
Like a light.
Like a light.
Like a light.
Like a light. Eee.
Not the best song from that album.
I love the meme that Sicko Mode is this generation's Bohemian Rhapsody.
That shit fucking. Her brother said that when we were visiting in I mean I know he was just quoting it as a meme, but like it's fucking in no way like Bohemian Rhapsody
it just switches up.
It has 2 beat changes in it. Oh fucking boy!
Yeah, it has more than that. I think it has like 4. But still, it's
I don't know. No. But, I mean, Travis Scott has beat changes in like all his shit, so it's not exactly.
Yeah, it's just so.
Fucking 90210 sounded more like Bohemian Rhapsody than fucking Sicko Mode.
I fucking love that song. Oh no, 210.
Me too. In a 90210, 90210, heading for the early. Oh shit. Digi, do you think JRPGs should suggest what level you should be or lock them at a certain level until you beat a boss or something? I don't know if they have to go that far. I mean, suggesting the level can be helpful, especially in games that have, like, missions and shit. It gives you a good sense of, like, where you're supposed to be. But at the same time, that might also convince people to grind too much. Like, I mean, the game should just be... It should just be built in such a way that you can naturally do it without grinding, by just like suggesting enough what you need to do. Final Fantasy is great at that. Like, if you play through any of the Final Fantasies on PlayStation or 10, like, usually there will be some kind of indication that you need to do something special for this encounter, that you're not supposed to be trying to brute force it by level strength. But at the same time, like, Final Fantasy X in the late game, like, if you want to beat the final boss, you are pretty much going to need to have, like, a lot of the skills unlocked, and that will take some grinding if you haven't gotten high enough level. It's like, a lot of JRPGs expect you to do a bunch of side quests and shit, but then they don't always provide you with fun side quests or, like, enough indication of how to go about it, or they expect you to have done shit earlier that you can't go back to. So that kind of stuff can be annoying. Anyone can get high grades if they try hard enough. Everyone, unless you have some mental disability. It's always about how much effort you're willing to put in, and that only really depends on how interested you are in what's being taught, so it's far more dependent on whether or not the teachers are competent and interested. That, and also just like, I mean, actually, you know what? Yeah, it is that. Like, even I got good grades in classes where the teachers were good.
Fuck.
Like, I got, in 11th grade, I failed Algebra 2 with a 17%.
God damn.
And then I passed it with an A the next year. And the difference was just the teachers. Because when I took it in 11th grade, my teacher was a new teacher who quit a month in, or like a month and a half in.
Holy shit.
Because he was fresh out of college, and he was just like, yeah, I realize teaching's not for me, and I'm going to go become a mechanic and work for my dad.
Oh, fuck.
And I gave him so much shit. I was like, aren't you supposed to be inspiring us children? Like, you're not exactly setting a good example. He was just like, fuck off. So,
oh, that little shit eater.
So then we had like a revolving door of substitute teachers for a while who were all teaching it completely differently. And like
Really?
the one we settled on, I could not pay attention to her. And like by that point, I'd already given up, and I was just sleeping through class every day and reading manga, or just like we had those big, the big calculators, and I would just sit there and type the lyrics to songs on my calculator. Like there's this one song by the band Blind Guardian that's 14 minutes long called
Jesus
And Then There Was
Christ.
Silence. And I remember one time like spending an entire class just typing out all the lyrics to And Then There Was Silence on a fucking calculator and reading it back to myself.
It doesn't have a keyboard.
Your
It's just like a
insistence.
keypad with letter as second functions. It's really annoying to type.
Your insistence on doing anything but work is
dude,
admirable.
absolutely. Like, I read all of King of Bandits Jing in that class, which I had been like Like, it was like the first manga I ever bought was the first volume of King of Bandits Jing when I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like probably 5 years later, and I'd been meaning to read it all this time, and I bought all the volumes, and I was like, finally, I'm going to find the time to read this manga because I have this class I don't give a shit about. It was great.
Good stuff.
Have any of you guys seen Shrek Retold?
No.
I haven't.
It's funny because I love bringing this up. It's like whenever there's a movie that like everybody's seen, I always love bringing up the fact that I haven't seen a lot of movies. Like I haven't seen any of the Star Wars. I haven't seen Lion King. I haven't seen any of the Toy Stories.
By not seeing Lion King.
Oh yeah.
Or Toy Story, really. TBH.
I've seen like bits and pieces of them, but I've never watched them in full.
You're not missing that much by not. I mean, I think the original Star Wars trilogy is enjoyable. I don't think it's like
the original, huh? People usually prefer 4, 5, and 6, from what I've heard.
That's what I mean. The original.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not the prequels.
Right,
those are. Fuck. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Plinkett reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you need. That's the much better way to watch those movies.
Right.
But yeah, the originals are. I'd give them like an 8 out of 10 as a whole.
Word. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, I'm not averse. Like, it's not a meme that like I embrace. I'm just too lazy to check them out.
I mean,
you know?
it's the thing is, everyone who ever accosts you for not having seen anything, it's like you could immediately hit them with the same.
Right.
But like everyone has their touchstones that they know to be like, oh, this is the thing everyone I know has seen. But it's like, yeah, but you live in a cultural bubble, you know.
Right,
like,
exactly.
God damn it!
God damn.
This game is shit.
Oh, shit.
And I hate it. Oh my fucking
Hardcore.
God.
Poison your ass. Like this, I don't know if
I have anything to hear.
I must have told this story somewhere, but like when I worked at Target, this one time somehow it came out that I had not seen the movie Billy Madison. And, like, people were, like, all these, like, normies who I worked with were, like, losing their shit that I had not... What? You ain't never seen Billy Madison? Yo! He said he never seen Billy Madison, man. And I'm like, it's a fucking Adam Sandler movie.
Right,
like,
right.
I've seen Happy Gilmore. Isn't that good enough? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
What was the remote one? Was it called Switch?
Oh, yeah.
Was it called Switch?
Yeah, it's Switch. The thing is that Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison ran constantly on TV throughout the 90s.
Oh, okay.
So, like, lots of people have fond memories of them. And those movies are a lot better than anything Adam Sandler's done since. But, like, here's the level of pandering that he is on. The production company that makes all the Adam Sandler movies is called Happy Madison Productions. In reference to the fact that, like, he knows he's cashing in on the goodwill of these two movies from the 90s for an entire career.
Holy fuck.
And it's just, it's the same reason that The Shawshank Redemption has come to be such a, like, beloved movie. It's that when these movies don't perform particularly well in theaters, they sell the rights really cheap to TV networks, and those TV networks will just run it fucking constantly because it's so cheap, and people literally will just love it because they've seen it so many times.
Exactly.
Because, like,
familiarity and whatnot.
Yeah. There was a video recently by, I think, Sideways. You ever heard of him?
Of course.
Yeah, I think you saw his video about how, like, if you just listen to a song more than once, you'll just grow to like it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then, I don't know, obviously the inverse is true. If you listen to it too much, it's like, ugh,
how is this fun?
I don't want it anymore.
How does anybody enjoy this misery?
Tom, if you want, you can pass it off. I'll gladly pass you the chat.
I don't even want to talk. I just want to track down who made this game and kill them. And then track down all of From Software and kill them. Because they're the reason this exists. This whole gameplay paradigm. This, like, let's trick retards into doing the same 5-minute section for an hour and then feel good about themselves and not like they're slow.
I mean, Click! It's called Click, not
if you don't suck at the game, it shouldn't take an hour to play a 5-minute section.
That's my whole point. But you've wasted so much time getting good enough.
I didn't have to waste any time getting good at Dark Souls. I beat all of them in 20 to 25 hours.
You have autism. Some of us don't.
What is autism about being good at a game?
You have to be autistic to be good at a game.
Oh.
Normal people can't be good at games.
Sure. Well, you beat Devil May Cry in 2 hours, so I guess
that's
super
my
autism.
tism. Devil May Cry is a cakewalk compared to this retarded shit.
God, touch it, autism.
Rolling on his nuggets. Can't get that shit out of my head now.
The worst thing is that you just lose all your progress. It's like, all gone. That big fucking guy that I finally beat and like actually beat pretty soundly, doesn't matter. Gotta do it again.
Well, or you could just run past him.
No, you have to like beat him. There's like fire and shit.
What YouTubers does Zen like to watch?
I'll give you... I made a video on my second channel about it. I'll give you my top 4 if I can recall them. Who was it? It was Jack Stauber. It was John Boyce. Soul Brother number 3 was there.
I don't know any of these guys.
Really?
No.
Who else? Innuendo Studios was also there.
Innuendo Studios is legit.
Yeah.
He is one of the best analytical writers on the platform.
He's something else. I know Just likes Lindsay Ellis. I am not
a fan of Lindsay Ellis.
I'm not the biggest fan of her.
The way I see it,
but I'll tell you what, she and Innuendo Studios, they're big contributors in my wanting to do more research in general on like my videos. So I'll give her credit for that.
The thing about Lindsay Ellis, and this is generally just like how I feel about a lot of the newer school of analytical channels, is that I don't think it's always interesting to do a like 45-minute analysis of a piece of media just because it exists. Like, what made the Star Wars Plinkett reviews so special is that it was the Star Wars prequels.
Right, exactly.
And like, when I've done my like big long series, it's always either like the worst anime or the best anime, because those are the ones that you have that much to say about. And so when you just take like any random Hollywood blockbuster and do like a 45-minute video, like it can still be entertaining. Like I've been watching Ralph the Movie Maker, and what makes them fun is that he makes the videos fun. But like when I watch Lindsay Ellis, it's like a straight-faced analysis of a movie I don't give a shit about. And so I just find myself going like, did we need a 45-minute analysis of Bright? Like who gives a shit?
Yeah, I wonder like why did she choose Bright? It's like, was it because it was like a lightning rod for like all these social issues? But like the thing is, yeah, it's pretty arbitrary the way she chooses them.
Right.
Because like she does this thing. I forgot what it's called. It's crap, I can't remember the series name, but basically she just like catalogs all the instances of like a certain thing and like how it changed through popular culture over the years. She did one for 9/11. She did one for Hillary Clinton.
That sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I like that, but it's like I want to know her process for like what she chooses.
I mean, I'm sure SEO is a big part of it. That's usually what it is.
Maybe
like. And that's, like I said, even with someone like Ralph, like, I feel the same way about a lot of his reviews. I'm like, I don't really care about a 45-minute review of the new Marvel movie, but at least it will be funny and have, like, weird sections in it that are, experimental and shit.
Yeah. Ralph the Movie Maker. Yeah, I watched about 1 or 2 of his videos.
Yeah, I've seen, like, 3 or 4 so far.
Ah, I see. When did you find him out?
I mean, I heard of him from a while back, but
right.
I just started finally, like, being bored enough to have to go through...
I need something to watch.
Dude, there's nothing. Like,
dude, I was having the same
miserable.
That's why I came over so early.
Because you were out of shit
I
to
am
do?
so fucking... I can't find it. I watched... I don't watch anime while they air, but I watched a new episode of Mob Psycho 100 of the new season. I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
It's Mob Psycho 100. But, yeah. That's how bored I am. I broke my rule of not watching anime while it airs. So it's like I need to find shit to consume while I'm animating and drawing. But until then, I guess maybe I'll go to the
Holy
reviews.
shit! Is this true?
What?
Thoughts on Jeff Bezos getting a divorce with
Yes, he did.
So he has to give his wife $70 billion. Holy shit!
He ain't the richest man in the world no more.
Holy fuck.
What just happened?
So
Jeff Bezos got a divorce without a prenup, and now he had to give his wife $70 billion.
He got fucked. got fucked hard.
He got fucked and he's not getting fucked no more.
The richest man in the world made all of his money by working hard at building this business from the ground up. The richest woman in the world got her fucked and then fucked the dude back.
That's so crazy.
But women have it so hard!
She's the richest woman in the world now.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean,
I'm
$70 billion. Like, I didn't even know anybody had that
Throwing
much
that
money.
out there. Check your privilege, females.
My god, man.
Yeah, well, how many women get to fuck be Jeff Bezos?
How many men get to be Jeff Bezos?
One. Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Only one woman got to be his wife.
It's a lot easier to get the skills necessary to get fucked by Jeff Bezos than to be Jeff Bezos.
I don't think he's gonna make that mistake again.
Digi, when are you making another Pokemon Coliseum episode with May? I don't know. The last Canapa video was pretty good.
What was it on? Hold on. Let me check.
What is it about? If it's interesting, if it's an interesting subject, I'll consider watching it. I think I unsubbed Canapa because I fucking can't.
Cantapa?
I can't. I think I am not subscribed to, like... I'm barely subscribed to any anime channels at this point.
Me neither.
Most of them are fucking boring and annoying.
It says, how does Netflix affect the anime industry?
Oh, I don't fucking know
Anime
if I give a
Studio
shit about
Spotlight.
that. Wait, I thought he did this a while back.
Yeah,
It's
a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched like 3 minutes of that, and then that was what made me unsubscribe.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, right, I don't care, because I don't like his presentation style. The funniest thing is that his Twitter literally says, like, talking about anime in the least boring way imaginable or something, or possible or something like that, and I'm like, it is to me the most boring way possible. Which is just like a bunch of loud, obnoxious noise, and you just telling me factoids that I could have figured out on my own.
Beep, beep. It's like, here, I do Wikipedia research, so you don't have to.
Well, he doesn't do Wikipedia research. He's deeper than that.
No, he's in Japan, so, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give him...
He's about it.
His research
He's
is always
about
good.
that life.
I just don't think that being presented information is inherently interesting. And, like, a lot of my really early content, I used to do more of that, and, like, I just realized it's boring.
Yeah.
Like, one of my early videos was one called Tracing the Lineage of Cowboy Bebop, where I just, like, took everybody involved in
just
production.
like, bam, factoid.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not going to retain information like that, especially if it's, like, someone you've never heard of before.
Right, and, I mean, there are
with names that you're not familiar with.
There were people who loved it, but it was only people who knew all these shows. Like,
Right.
if you are already a fan of, like, all these people, then it's, like, just hearing how interconnected it all is fascinating in itself. But, like,
cool.
you have to care. And Canapa's videos are like that, where it's like, he'll tell you about some animator, and I'm like, I don't care, because I haven't seen those shows.
Give me the context.
Yes,
please.
Or just tell me why you think it's good.
Right.
Like, you can show me the animation and tell me it's good, but, like, I'm a lot more picky about Sakuga than most Sakuga people are. Like, they just seem to like that things are moving fast, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, I want it to have character to it. I want there to be something more specific than just things are moving, you know? And when people, when he says something like, just look at this animation, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at it. What's so special about
Just
it? Like,
look. Just look at it.
Yeah.
It's self-evident, man. But I'm just like, whenever I see something that I really like, especially specifically in animation.
Spicy Soul said Jeff Bezos about to go sicko mode.
What?
So
He's
Jeff
about to go sicko mode.
he about to go sicko mode.
He still has like 70+ billion.
No, yeah.
Spend that in a lifetime. If you tried, it literally shouldn't phase him. Says Fox on the fur.
What's the principle to matter?
He's just mad that
I
he's
mean,
not the richest man in
apparently
the
he
world
fucking
anymore.
needs his money because he fucking can't pay his goddamn employees.
Oh, he can. He just chooses not to.
Yeah.
Jesus. Tough stuff.
Oh,
People are getting on Elon's case about that too.
Off!
Oh, damn. Another one bites the dust.
This has the same big
Another
problem
one bites
Dark
the
Souls
dust.
does.
Wait, they say
And
Elon
another
Musk
one,
is
though. And another
underpaying
one,
his,
another
his
one bites
guys.
the dust. Yes.
Does he even make a lot of money?
He's a billionaire.
Oh, well. Because I know that his like salary with the Boring Company is like $1 a year or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does that. He's
that guy. Yeah. I forget the specifics of it, so I kind of like it. You know, he obviously has other revenue streams.
Yeah.
To make up for that, so it's just like a technicality. $1. Imagine if that's all he made.
Yeah.
He's just like bumming in his friend's house. Yeah, that man's shooting rockets into space so fucking often. It's crazy. Unprecedented, I believe.
Everyone in the chat's like, "Oh, this is why marriage is shit." I'm gonna get married anyway. I'm not gonna do a prenup. She can have my shit.
Oh my god,
because you just want a baby.
I don't. You
just want to.
What am I gonna do with half of my shit if I get a divorce? Like, I don't want it. I would prefer to lighten the load. Take all my crap.
It's not about taking crap. It's about taking 50% of like all your money and shit, too.
And what money do I have? I'm functionally bankrupt.
I'm assuming women would only want to divorce you once you have money that they can steal from.
I mean, if I had enough money that it was worth it to get divorced to steal from me, then just like the cases that like that guy said, Jeff still has $70 billion. Like, you know, if I had enough money that it would be worth it for you to take it, that means I have enough that I will be fine after you've taken it.
God,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, I don't need my money that badly.
You just don't want to do any extra work.
That too.
That's what May's relying on. It's all a slow plan.
The long
He's talking about he's gonna end up taking my money if we get a divorce.
That's fucking hilarious. Can a man do that? Can a man take half the woman's money?
I mean, technically you can, but
Yeah.
most
if you're the main,
courts rule in
they're the main
woman's
breadwinner.
favor.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she's the breadwinner, what are they gonna do? Be like, well, your dick's supposed to be earning money, so.
I remember. Yeah, I remember. Have you ever watched Martin? The '90s show with
No,
Martin
I've
Lawrence.
not.
No, they tackled that dynamic a lot in that show. I watch it all the time.
I only know it by the soon as this episode of Martin go off, I'm trying to get off.
And
It's a
then
lyric from Kendrick Lamar.
ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's from Martin as well. And then what else? There's another Kanye lyric. What was it?
Digi, that's beta mentality, but okay. What's beta about?
Super beta.
It's from Flashing Lights.
Wait, Tom, how is it beta?
Fuck, I don't remember.
What?
How is it beta to be flippant about your money?
No, I think it's beta.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
fuck,
being
no.
flippant about your money isn't beta, though. It is stupid. Being beta is being like, oh, she can take half of it. It's fine. I don't care.
I don't see how that's beta.
Because
I mean, what is an alpha if not someone who is trying to provide for their community and like?
Well, in this context, I'm pretty sure that alpha.
Community have to do with any.
I'm sure that
discussion.
being alpha in this context is just being assertive.
Let me
bitch,
clarify
give me
what
my
I
money.
consider to be the purpose of making money, because if you make it has been studies. There's been studies telling that the most money you can make and be happy is $70,000 a year per dependent.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was living by myself, my only goal would be to make $70,000 a year, which I already do. So if it weren't for the fact that I had a dependent, I would have no reason to try to make more money than I already do.
Right.
I think I make probably close to $70,000.
Uh-huh.
Maybe as of like this year.
Fucking damn faggot stabbing to suck my dick! Fuck this game!
You sure you want to keep playing this shit, Tom? You sure?
This is like such a bad game, but it feels so good when it doesn't suck.
Complex Digiboy says, May has a successful podcast. She'll be okay. By the way, we got 2 subs. WinSuper1 subscribed for the 4th month in a row. And we also got the JoJo Banks for Twitch Prime sub. So that's pretty hype. Subbing for the rage.
Oh, man.
People are saying they love your rage, Tom.
Well,
Be more angry.
I guess we should just be playing Dark Souls if that's going to give us money.
We don't care about your mental health. Be angry.
I mean, I don't care about my mental health either. So I guess.
But anyways, so yeah, like to me, the purpose of making a whole lot of money is that you can bring all your people with you. That you're elevating.
Does that include your ex-wife?
Well, yeah. I mean,
oh my god,
why wouldn't it?
Because she's fucking you, dude. She's no longer your friend. She's your enemy.
Here's the thing. Like, it's.
I mean, it depends on how bad the breakup is. I mean, if you have like a really like on bad.
If you have an amicable breakup, that's one thing. But I think we're talking more about like. This bitch is here to take your money, and now you're just gonna. Oh yeah.
I mean, if you got into a relationship like that, you're a fucking idiot in the first place. You know, like
people can change. Though.
I would think that you could read someone's character well enough to know, like, if you're gonna marry somebody, you should know them well enough to know if they're gonna try to take your money.
You should. I mean, that's not always the case.
If you fuck up badly enough that they hate your guts that much, some of that's got to be on you.
Okay,
absolutely.
Is it worth 50% of everything you make?
I don't know. I mean, it's not like it goes forever, right? It's just like a one-time deal.
It depends on the...
if you have kids, then...
If you have kids, you're super fucked.
You can add to it as your life changes.
And you can also settle out of court. That's what my parents did.
Like,
oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Parents are divorced?
I don't think
they divorced last year.
Or even
start to
think about it, because we're not
very close,
marriage yet.
Yeah, no.
It's like, we'll get to that when we get to it.
I don't know. Do you want prenup?
I would probably want to, like, just set up, like, even if it's informally, like, you know, what would happen. But I don't want to take things from you. I probably just want to, like, leave with my dignity.
I mean, I trust you enough. Apparently, I'm marrying Mark. Like, I can't imagine a scenario. First of all, I can't imagine us getting divorced. Second of all, even if we did, I don't think you would try to take all my money. And third of all, if you did, that would probably mean that I probably did something really fucked. Like, it would have to be that we both changed considerably from who we are now. And for that to happen, it would just have to mean that something really dramatic had happened in our lives for us to change that much.
I agree with that completely, but part of that changing to somebody else could be now they have no problem fucking you and taking half your money just to spite you.
I mean, I just feel like if my life got that fucky, it's just like that's the toll you pay. You know, pay the toll for fucking up in your life.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just me. I just feel like I don't feel strongly attached to my money.
Right. Here's the thing. It's like you can say that now, like viewing that from like the disconnected crystal orb, because like fuck that future person if that comes to pass. But like when you're that person, it's not going to happen that gracefully. Yeah.
You're just going to be kicking and screaming.
We want prenup. We want prenup. Yeah, it's something that you need to have. Because when she leave your ass, she gonna leave with half. 18 years, and on the 18th birthday, they found out it wasn't his.
Yep. Yeah, I was listening to a lot of Kanye. I've been listening to a lot of Kanye in the past few days.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Yeah, John Mayer is my favorite celebrity.
How does it feel to be a black guy who still likes Kanye West?
It's funny because if you check the comments of like any of Kanye posts, a lot of people don't care about his political opinions. It's just like they want him to drop Yandi. That's it. Yeah, they just want him to drop that shit. It's like, as long as you give us the music, we could give a fuck about your opinions.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how most of the world feels. Yeah, it's just people who. It's just that most of the people who speak their opinions are not the people who feel the same way as everybody else.
Right, exactly.
I think that's just something to realize. Like,
yeah, that's a good one.
I think that, like, the biggest mistake that corporations make is that they always seem to think that every one voice represents a whole bunch of other voices who feel the same way. And it's like, no, the only reason you would speak out is that you don't feel like you're being represented by the majority opinion. Right. You know? So, yeah, like, usually whoever speaks the loudest has the most divergent opinion, which is the whole theory of my career. I mean, like, the whole reason I make videos is usually because I'm frustrated that people don't feel the same way I do, and I speak, you know, I mean, in my case, there is a bunch of other people who feel the same way I do, but, like, I'm also not saying anything that radically different. It's like I'm speaking for the 40% as opposed to the 60%, you know?
Right, exactly. No, I get that, for sure. Yeah, that's something else.
Ninja Jeff says, you gotta play this game lame if you don't want to die.
Gotta play this game what?
Lame. As in slow and plodding and...
Oh, the slight sliver of enjoyment you're having in this game, just stop doing that and you'll be fine. That is why these games are fucking awful. They're designed to be anti-fun.
Well, you just have a very set in your ways idea of what is fun.
Well, no.
You just have not embraced this other idea.
There's nothing fun about stopping having fun. And that is what this is trying to make me do.
I find it fun to back away and to, like, measure the... Like, to study the enemy's movements and see what they're doing and, like... You know, try to learn.
Do I look like
patterns.
an anime glasses setting kind of guy? No, that's not what I do. I don't wear glasses. I punch things and say that things confuse me. That's my anime archetype. That's what I got to do.
Fuck.
So you're like Kazuma. Wait, you've seen Escryad, right?
No, I haven't.
No, I meant him. Tom, have you seen Escryad?
I've seen like 2 episodes on Adult Swim like 15 years ago.
Okay, fuck. What's a character I could compare you to?
I don't know.
You said you were an archetype. Surely you know someone who belongs to it.
What was the archetype?
He's like the get mad and punch things and yell "Fuzakena" type.
The guy from Yu Yu Hakusho, Kurobara.
Or even just Yusuke early in the show.
Sure.
What do you think, Tom? That a good?
I'm early Yusuke before he decided to like get smart, get some training from Genkai, and realize he had a demon dad.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yu Yu Hakusho is fucking great.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Speaking of demon dad, I'm about to fucking get fucked by this demon dad right here.
I have to watch it on very low, in very low light.
I didn't realize I needed to
because my eyes are super sensitive and it's so flashy.
Kanye, first black president, 2020.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it took me a second, but
motherfucking Kanye. Kanye.
How are the people still watching the stream? This must be the most boring thing to just watch me replay the same.
I mean, first, there's been a bunch of people saying that like the more the more difficulty you have, the better they are convinced the game is.
Well, good to know that our audience is just as retarded as the rest of the world.
I mean, the game looks cool as shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm still playing it. It just plays exactly like Dark Souls, or the worst parts of Dark Souls. When an enemy attacks you, if you roll out of the way, their blade just magically follows you.
Wait, are we still in the same place where I was when
yes!
I came here? Oh my god.
and we're on like the second level. Like, we're really shit in the game, so... Like, this is supposed to be like a 60-hour game or something, and we're like,
this game just
at
sucks.
The start.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to play it on my own time off stream.
I'm sure you'll love this game because you're an idiot and you love Dark
I don't know.
Souls.
I mean, I don't know if I like it. It's not really that similar to Dark Souls.
No, it's not.
Dark Souls
just has the worst parts of Dark Souls.
I think that Dark Souls is a lot easier than this game. Like,
what?
This game seems way the fuck harder.
I couldn't even beat the first enemy in Dark Souls.
Well, that just means you're really fucking bad at Dark Souls.
Yeah, I am. Because I'm really bad at shit games. What can I say?
Sure, if that's how you want to think of it, but like,
that is how I'm going to think about it.
This game seems way harder than Dark Souls.
How is that possible?
Because it's so easy to cheese Dark Souls. Like, Dark Souls, the enemies are retarded, and you can just like run up to them and hit them in one hit and kill them. Like, if you just level vitality and strength in Dark Souls, then you are unstoppable.
I mean, it sounds like Dark Souls is really easy if you just break the system.
I mean, you saw me play Bloodborne. That seemed pretty easy, didn't it, when I was playing it? And that's like the one I have the hardest time with.
I don't remember because I wasn't paying attention because that game's gay.
No.
Sorry,
Bloodborne is the greatest
game
for
Christmas
ever made.
Yeah.
God. This game's better than Dark Souls because it runs at 60 frames on the console. It's already better. It's already twice as good just by the frame rate alone.
That's all you need.
Shizuo Heiwajima. That's a good one. Have you ever seen a Do-Da-Da-Da?
No.
Oh, well, you'd like it.
Fucking love that guy. He's on my favorites. On my favorites list.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to read this fucking Here we go. Pancakes the Crater says, Digi, I have been nutting to every character I like from my favorite games and have not become game. Do you think I need to nut to characters from games I hate to broaden my horizon? How do I become game?
Have you been nutting to the men? That's the important
I gotta tell you that over the last 6...
Gay.
I don't give a single shit about Overwatch, but probably nutted... As someone who doesn't like Overwatch at all, I've probably nutted to Overwatch characters more than anything else, just by sheer virtue of the fact that I like 3D porn, and that's all that there is. Like, if you... Do you
read the doujins?
I mean, I read a lot of doujins, not of Overwatch.
Do you...
No!
Christ! Have you read,
This is so bad!
Have you read Barehand shit?
What?
Barehand?
Barehand? I don't think so.
They're pretty good artists.
I don't really look at the names of the people.
Oh, I got the names. I got the names.
I basically, I go on X Hentai and I just go through like the first couple pages and just open up whatever looks good. And then, you know, when I'm done, I'm done. And I don't go into any more research or depth.
Econ gives me shit for using N Hentai. But it works.
What does he use? Does he just use X Hentai?
He gives some shit I don't care about because I use N Hentai.
Well, he probably downloads all his shit. He probably
I wouldn't be surprised.
He probably fucking batch torrents every fucking new comic, and he probably sorts that shit and keeps it all in labeled folders by fucking artist and fucking. I'm not even joking. Like I will ask him. He's in town. I'm sure he does that.
Yeah, no, I hung out with him yesterday.
Yeah, we were gonna hang out the other day, but because of the fact that we had a visit from our landlady yesterday, which was an absolute train wreck nightmare, we were like getting ready for that, so that's why we did
we all thought you were bullshitting.
No, we could not make it, especially because we are planning to do all kinds of shit over the next few days, because Hippo's coming in tomorrow, Nate's coming in the day after that. Fucking everybody's gonna be hanging out,
right?
So we were like, yeah, this is not a good day. And when Econ said he'd be here to the 13th, I was like, I'll see you sometime. I'm sure. Like, you don't need fucking 8 people at every meetup.
No, that's
we had plenty of fun with you guys.
No, it's crazy. No, it was a grand time, and he finally bought me that drink that he promised me. But
what'd you guys do?
We went to a fucking restaurant, right? We went to multiple restaurants, and then we went to the ICA.
Did you do a bang bang?
No. What is that?
That's where you eat a full meal at one restaurant, and go to another one and eat another full meal. Preferably
we did.
2 different styles of restaurant.
We did, yes.
You actually did a bang bang.
We did do a bang bang, yeah. So we went to this like seafood restaurant because Econ was craving seafood for multiple days. Like, he literally told me days beforehand.
That seems to be... He seems to have it in his head that Boston is a place for seafood.
One of the best places for lobsters and stuff. It's like a great seafood.
No, he had a lobster roll that looked fucking divine.
It's funny because, like, I've been to Baltimore so many times, and Baltimore, like, really pushes itself as, like, this is the seafood town.
Oh, yeah?
Like, if you want crab or lobster, you come here.
That's also the place where you...
Especially crab.
It's also the place you go if you want to die.
To get shot, yeah. But Bodymore Murderland. You ever watch The Wire?
No, I want to though.
Oh man, The Wire is... It's like the best show ever, but the problem is that it's so fucking depressing I can't watch it. Like, I've literally put off finishing it for years because, like, I do think it's like one of the...
You know, weirdly enough...
I would still say it's the strongest written American TV show I've seen.
Oh, yeah?
But it is extremely hard to watch because it's very real, and when you think about the fact that stuff like this happens in real life, you're like, I don't want to fucking live on this earth anymore.
Like, it sucks.
No, what were you going to say?
What was I going to say? Shit.
My battery's running low.
I think I was going to say some shit about... Oh, yeah. I don't remember if this was what I was going to say, but I was going to say that... The fucking seafood restaurant. We got this $100 crab.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and we split it 4 ways, and then the check came out to be $163, and then because none of us know how to do math, we ended up not tipping.
Wow.
Oh no! So we were walking away, right? And then like the lady, she comes running after us. She's like, "Nobody tipped." I'm like, okay, I'll just give
She
it.
actually like came after you about not tipping?
She did. Yeah, she did.
That's funny as fuck.
you probably should tip, especially if it's that much.
No, yeah, for sure. I gave her $30, so.
Well,
Gang. I'm fucking Lakewood, dude.
where did you go after that?
So we went to I don't remember the place, but it was a place in Chinatown. How the fuck do you tilt this?
Yeah, just move it a little more this way.
Okay.
The counterweight.
Right. We went to a Chinese food place, and then we kind of got this shit called stinky tofu. And basically the idea with that is, he says, the stinkier it is, the better it tastes. It tastes exactly how it smells.
Yeah.
It's fucking disgusting.
That's funny. Did he like it?
He fucking loved it. He was such a snob about like it's like this place is he loved legit checking Chinatown. Every facet of it, he was just like, this isn't good enough. This is very authentic. I love it.
Oh boy. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
He's not even from like mainland China. He's from like some random island off the coast of China. So it's especially funny. Like I'm sure he knows all that shit, but probably more research than from like personal experience.
Well, I'm sure he knows about the dishes because you know.
Shit, this fucking laptop is dying.
Yeah.
I have the charger over here.
Where that?
Is it plugged in?
I'll go get it.
It's like literally right here.
Oh, that one?
It's just in that second pocket.
This one?
Yeah.
Tom sounds like death. Rolling.
Haven't been dying multiple times.
There it is.
Hold up. Check in, Mega Man. Do you actually have to kill this big guy?
Yeah. Oh, well, blocking doesn't work. Good to know.
It's crazy how people are asking me who I am. Like they haven't seen Kanye West before. Jesus Christ.
Tell me they don't look at me like I'm the motherfucking glitch.
God, I love that quote.
That is my favorite Kanye West video. She was on the side of the game the whole time.
The way he says it, perfect. Oh man.
Oh god, it's updating. What the fuck?
Oh, because you closed it?
I guess.
God, run away.
Oh, he's following your ass. Knock him off the ladder. Never mind. Can you do a kick in this game?
There's like a skill I got that lets me add a kick to the end of the move, but... Out of stamina. Right when I'm about to win, out of stamina. So I gotta stop and wait like 10 more minutes.
I mean, that's kind of the point. That is literally the point.
To make a less fun game. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't like these games.
It's more fun.
No.
It's more fun because it requires more thought.
No, I'm here having. I'm trying to not think. I'm trying to not think about my problems. I'm trying not to think about my divorce. I'm trying not to think about shit.
The point is that
you lost $70 billion.
You think so much harder about the game that you don't like. It's like you get so zeroed in that it becomes more immersive than a regular game.
Do you that?
You leave your regular life completely behind. I guess this thing completely.
Everything you're saying disgusts me.
See, when I play a mindless game, it's like I'll be sitting there mashing buttons, and in my brain I'm just like, did I fucking turn the stove off? Like, oh man, let me think about how I can deal with my tax debt. But when I play a game like this, I'm like, fuck. I gotta fucking manage my stamina bar, dude. And like that, you know, that pulls me farther away from real life and my real life thoughts.
When you're playing with a stamina bar, all you're really doing is hitting a button and making sure you're not hitting it too fast. That's the game. Because like the rest of the game can just go away. It's just that bar on the screen and this one button on my controller. That's this entire game. Everything else is just window dressing.
Well, yeah.
When I'm playing Devil May Cry, I don't think about that because I don't worry about a stamina bar. My brain's always like, oh, what kind of cool move do I want to use now? I got all these options. And the enemy,
See, I will always just
the enemies are the external threat. It's the the fighting of the game is that like, oh, I gotta fight these enemies. But in these games, you're fighting yourself. You're your biggest enemy. The fact that you have this bar that prevents you from doing basic things, that if you're not constantly babysitting, what you're doing just stops working. Your controls literally just stop working. It's like someone comes over from FromSoft, takes the controller out of your hand for 5 seconds.
If I was playing a Souls-like game, I would never do a complete combo. Like, that is just not the way you play the game. Then you swipe in and then you run away.
Then don't even give me combos at all. Give me a sword that does one attack and that's it. Because by teasing me with all this fun I could be having, all I want to do is go play a game.
I mean, it could
that
be
I can have the fun.
Tom,
with.
It could very well be that is a completely fair criticism of this particular game. I mean, I haven't played it yet, so I don't really know how it feels compared to Dark Souls. But like when I play Dark Souls, I don't play a weapon that has combo. I play a weapon that literally one hit kills everything.
The more you talk about Dark Souls, the more I feel like Dark Souls isn't good. You just found a way to play it in a way that isn't absolutely enough.
Well, I mean, the whole point of Dark Souls is that you can play it any way you want. There's like a million ways you can play, but so everybody has their way they can play it that isn't frustrating.
I don't know. I haven't found it yet.
Well, you haven't really tried. You haven't really played the game.
It's because the entire conceit seems like an... I mean, I guess my way of playing Dark Souls is play a game I think about wanting to play when I play Dark Souls. And that's my optimal way to play it. It's just not.
It's just like... It's just baffling. It's like the way you talk about Dark Souls is like the combination of like the most insincere criticism imaginable, but presented with such sincerity that there is no way to have a conversation about it with you.
I think my problem with Dark Souls is that the very conceit, the very idea, the very like conceptual
What do you consider
thrust,
to be the conceptual thrust of Dark Souls?
Make a really slow, thinky, tanky, slow game.
Nothing tanky about Dark Souls. You should not be playing it. The optimal way to play it is naked. Like, you should be playing naked and you should be running around constantly. You should never be standing still. You should always be moving.
I feel like even when you're moving, you're tanky in that game.
Well,
it's slow and unresponsive. And everything has
you should be doing backflips and shit in Dark Souls. Like,
you can't do backflips.
You can do backflips in Dark Souls.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
If you watch anyone good playing, they're going to be doing non-stop fucking backflips.
Is it like just like holding dodge and back and you do a little roll?
No, you can do a backflip. Like a straight up through the air backflip.
6 feet of air time backflip. I can't believe
I don't know about 6 feet of air time. I mean, it's not Devil May Cry, but you can do backflips.
Okay. I don't feel like... While that is like 1 point in its mark, I don't feel like...
Irregular Hunter says there's literally a button that heals your stamina faster and you aren't using it.
Whoa!
It doesn't heal your stamina fast.
Combos work awesome in Nioh. You unlock them and learn them.
I already spent some money. I haven't gotten any good combos yet.
That stamina bar burned down my village and raped my family. Says Ninja Jeff.
And now I've decided I'm gonna make that's my next game. My next game is gonna be a stamina bar burn down the guy's family and he breaks the stamina bar.
That would be fucking
And the
hilarious.
whole game is just you able to unload on all these guys with stamina bars.
They're about to have Thanksgiving dinner. He just breaks the door down.
Yeah, exactly. So thankful that I have this reserved small amount of food. Remember, if you chew 3 times in a row, you gotta wait 5 seconds before the next bite can go in your mouth. Because that's how our lives are. That's how miserable we are.
Keyblade says, actually this game is way more lenient with stamina than Dark Souls as long as you properly use Key Pulse.
I don't know. Every time I use Key Pulse, it doesn't work, and the timing sucks. And I will admit that I'm just bad at that. Straight up.
You're just bad at everything in the game. I mean, that is obvious.
Yeah.
Like...
Everything this game tries to do actively upsets me. Except for having cool graphics and really nice sounds when things get hit.
And good blood effects.
Yeah, well, the hit effects.
Yeah.
So, it's tantalizing with all these cool things, and it makes everything around it absolute misery.
Fuck.
I have this parry move that just doesn't work. I don't know why. Whoa. Whoa, he's got moves too. He's got moves too.
Does he have stamina?
Yeah. That's actually part of the game. Like, we see he's no stamina, I get to do this cool stabby thing.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the part that interests me the most about this game, is the fact that you can see your enemy's stamina. And like that, like this like interplay of yours versus theirs is like the main thrust of it.
Yeah, which is just lame.
No, it's fucking ill.
No, it just slows everything down and gives you more things to worry about. Like, that's my thing. I get, like, if people are listening to my comments about this game, being like, wow, you sound like a really stupid, simple man. I'm like, yes, that is my point. As someone who just wants to sit here and do really cool things, and, like, the interest of, like, something like a Devil May Cry, where it's just like, how can I string together all these things in cool ways? Like, that's what gives me an erection. Like, having all this extra shit just, like, is actively making the fun part less fun. So, yeah, this is not good for stupid people. And as the resident stupid person in the room, I ain't having this shit.
It's really funny, too, because, like, it's just funny to me because the kind of people who I know who like the kind of games that you like are all big Dark Souls fans, but they also are people who play those games on the highest difficulty.
Right,
and you don't do that.
They're just difficulty facts.
Is this the boss?
No, this is just a regular enemy.
But nobody likes those games because they're difficult. They liked it because the game gives you so many things that you can use to fight, and that the difficulty like requires you to do those things. That you don't have a path of least resistance you can follow that makes it so the game becomes mindless. But you want the game to be mindless. So you really should just be playing action RPGs. Like,
no, because those are so boring. It's just like the same, like there's no ebb and flow or dance to the comp. There's nothing. It's just like you have like a 3-hit combo and your numbers get bigger. And that's like, I would much rather play this than an action RPG in that thing with very shallow
I mean, this
combat.
is an action RPG.
Not like what you're talking about.
I suppose.
There we go.
I mean, I consider games like DMC to have like heavily action RPG elements to them.
I mean, in terms of like skill progression, maybe, I guess.
No thank you said, I literally just watched Zen's media criticism video like a few minutes ago. Kowinky dink. To which Copex Digiboy responded, "Who's Zen? I only know Kanye."
Good shit. Criticism. That's good. That's a good meme. I like that.
I'm just gonna sit here and try and get good at this thing.
I feel like I Am Games needs to just become a DMC channel so Tom can have fun again.
I don't know. It's not even... I don't think it's the easiness. I don't know. I don't know if I know what I'm understanding, because I have fun with Shinobi, and that is nothing that made Devil May Cry fun, and it was miserable.
Well, what was your appeal? What was the appeal of Shinobi for you?
It was the scarf.
Yeah, it had a really cool scarf.
The scarf.
I'm not even an exaggeration.
That's all there is to it, then.
Maybe I am just that simple. I'm gonna die again because I ran out of stamina. Hooray.
If Tom has such narrow taste in video games, why do you guys continue to bother playing games that he can't into properly? I mean, we bought this game because of the fact...
Every game that we buy is always like, man, will this be the one? Will we finally have fun?
It's like...
And,
wow, Tom is the pickiest, most pretentious, stupid person I've ever met.
Whoa, Jesus.
Well, sure.
Well, because he was calling himself stupid, so...
Yeah.
Saying that for a stupid person, he's awfully picky and pretentious. You have to have a high IQ to play Neo, so Sonic 96.
Oh, I'm fucked.
I think that, like, the reason we bought this game is because, like, everyone knows that it's similar to Dark Souls, but generally the consensus is that it's more of like a fast, twitchy game by comparison. So we wanted to see if that would be enough to bridge the gap and make it enjoyable for Tom. And at first it seemed like that could be possible, but now that the game has gotten difficult, it is clear that he is not having fun anymore. But yeah, I mean, we do approach every game that we play on the show with the thought of like, maybe we'll enjoy this. But the problem is that Tom and I just generally... We both have a style of game we really like, and that style of game is not terribly relevant to people on YouTube and Twitch. Like, I am happiest when I'm playing fucking GameCube games and, like, obscure action RPGs. And Tom is happiest when he's playing, just platinum games over and over again and Deus Ex. And it's like, if we thought that more people gave a shit about those games, we would just stick to those games. Or if we had more to say about them, you know.
Blocking is gay. Blocking is gay.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, the question is, does this business venture even make any sense? Now, granted, when we started this, my whole conceit was that I thought Tom was more into modern games than I was. Just because I thought that, because you were like, oh, I'm going to get that Spider-Man game. And I was like, oh, Tom clearly likes fucking modern shit. Because I had no interest in that game at all. I was just like, I don't care. Spider-Man? Who fucking cares? But, turns out it was just because it was Spider-Man and not so much because it was a modern game. I mean, and when we tried to play... When we tried to play Red Dead Redemption and you were like, this is the worst game ever, that was when I knew that this was going to be a lot more difficult than I first thought.
Well, finding what he likes.
Finding what either of us likes, because we both hated it. Like, we both tried to play Red Dead Redemption. Like, we were playing it because we knew Red Dead 2 was coming out. So we were like, alright, this is supposed to be, like, one of the best games. Like, everyone... I think it was voted, like, Game of the Generation or some shit.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. And so we were like, alright, if this is supposed to be Game of the Generation, surely it's going to be great. And, yeah, Tom was playing it and he was like, this is fucking miserable. And then I tried to play it and I was like, I hated it even more than he did, so there was no hope there. And the thought of buying Red Dead 2 at full price, you know, was like, no thanks.
Have you ever watched this hentai?
I don't think so. What is it?
It's tentacles and witches. I love it.
No, I have not.
Some person on Instagram was just like, I just watched this and I love it. It's a good one.
Don't bully Tom, he's my idol. Says CopX Digiboy.
It's okay. You can bully me in this scenario. I am being ridiculous.
Tom, you should create a video on I Am Games channel about stamina bars.
We want to gain subscribers, not lose all the goodwill we built up.
I'm sure there are people who would agree with you.
Yeah, like
it's just a matter of can we find them.
You just have to preface it right.
We preface every video with I Am Games and these are opinions, and nobody gives a shit. So.
Well, we haven't really gotten shit on for any of our videos, so I think we're pretty fine.
Yeah.
Did you play The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy for the GameCube? Maybe I will.
I can't believe this guy, this normal dude who I keep spanking, just for the last 3 rounds has been like, I'm just gonna fucking diddle your pickle to death. And I can't do anything about it.
You didn't pick up your souls either.
Yeah, I did. That was the first thing I did. Because I keep dying right there.
I Am Games should play Frog Fractions. They already did that on a what's it called? Not Stealing Your Dad's, fucking Rowdy Fuckers Cop Killers. Digi should clearly be playing. Well, Tom wants to play, so
he wants to suffer.
Let him play. People
oh
like
God! Oh God! I'm moving. Picking up whatever that was.
This guy keeps trying to call you a boomer, but he's misspelled it as boomy twice.
Well, that's like a real boomer thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is probably Tom's best choice if you like fast, aggressive play. I mean, this game is faster and more aggressive even than Bloodborne.
This game's better than Bloodborne, I know.
Yeah, Tom has played Bloodborne before.
I got up to the Bloodstarved Beast.
Has Tom played Kingdom Hearts? Unironically think KH2 might be his dream gameplay. Perfect timing to try it out, too.
Did play Kingdom Hearts 2. Didn't get why Nate was so hard on about the combat, but I did play that game completely wrong, so I should give it another try. I totally fucked it up.
Tom or Digi, you guys should play the Darksiders series if you want to do cool shit. I heard Darksiders 3 sucked balls. All the reviews I saw for it were like pretty bad.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are good though. I had the second one. I just never played.
I did not care for the first game. I thought it was shit.
Isn't it like Zelda, but by Disturbed?
It's Zelda, but if it was made by people who weren't as good at making games as Nintendo are.
I mean, I kind of figured that was what it would be. Oh my God! Why does this guy keep fucking killing me? This is ridiculous. He's not even hard.
Tom should play Clash of the Titans for the PS2. It's one of the greatest games of all time, says Spicy Salt.
Tom needs to play.
To quote Zen Huxtable, if you can communicate the product, you can money off the product. You gotta carve your own niche in the YouTube game sphere, not just pander to the audience everyone is aiming for. The weird thing is that Digi literally did this and somehow hasn't managed to put this logic into I Am Games. We tried! I tried making GameCube videos and Tales of videos, and nobody cares. Like, those 3 GameCube videos are, in my opinion, the best games writing I've done. I don't know where the fuck to promote those. I don't know how to get people to pay attention to GameCube videos. You know, I tried to, like, market it as a series. I tried to make it clear, like, hey, I did 3 of them back to back.
It's really interesting because like, how exactly like do you retain like viewers? Do you have to put more pageantry into it, or
no? It's just a matter. Okay, on YouTube, all that matters is the title and thumbnail, unless you can get word of mouth.
No, yeah, sure. All that matters is the title and thumbnail to like get people to click the video,
right,
and like watch it. But like, how like, what will gain the most percentage of like, what percentage of those people who watch the video will subscribe? Like, what type of video will
I think that just comes down to if it's good. Like people saw.
Right, no, it's good.
More,
like, and you said that you're making good videos. Like, so, like, what's wrong?
The problem is I'm talking about obscure games that nobody cares about.
Right, but you said like, you were talking about sales up, and like you were talking about like GameCube shit, and like people care about that shit, right?
I mean, it's possible, but they're more spread out. It's not going to be just random YouTube user A is like interested in me talking about fucking Wave Race, you know, or like the first Tales of, like if it was one of the newer Tales of games, because like I wanted to do them in order so I can chart the progression of the games, and like the first one is like, if you are a Tales of fan, like hardcore, you might have played the first one.
Right.
And like, I've gotten that video up to 25k views, which is not bad.
Yeah.
But like, the second game is even less popular than the first one. And like, it takes till the 4th game till you get the one that people really give a shit about. And like, the newer ones people care about. So if I were to just skip to the newer games, I could probably get some good views. Ooh. It's just that would defeat the point of the series I was trying.
Right, exactly.
You know? Because like just talking about a new game, I could talk about any new game. You know, it's like I wanted to talk about Tales of, so I could do a franchise retrospective and be niche about it. And I could still do it, but it just isn't the turnaround that we're looking for. We're looking for a big fucking splash, you know?
Right, exactly.
And like building something niche it takes time, and it takes it takes a lot of dedication, and we both work other jobs, you know? This isn't our main venture, even though I would like it to be, and like I'm willing to try, and if I could get the channel launched up with like one big thing, like there was just one video I could make that would make it so this like grew exponentially, then it would be like, all right, now we can put more time into it. But it's like, we don't know what that is.
Here's the thing,
we don't know
like,
what one video would do that.
Like just inspecting YouTube in general. I don't foresee like a big splash when making that sort of like straightforward analytical content, right? Because like people get something out of it, but it's like the impression that people get, it's like it's purely informational, and then it's like there's no fanfare about it, you know?
I mean, like, Joseph Anderson's grown big doing this type of content recently, you know? Matthew Matosis does this type of content, and he's got a lot of attention. Like, there's a lot of people doing, like, the 30-minute long, like, analyze a game down to its bones type of content.
Oh, for sure, but,
know?
like, you watch, like, look at the videos that they first made, you know? And, like, see like how they got their first legs on YouTube.
I mean, I know how they did it. They talk about popular shit.
Right, exactly.
And like that's why I was saying,
you tried like doing the Spider-Man thing.
Oh, that worked.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that worked.
We got decent views on that. The problem is that we just don't like enough games. Like we like
fucking front.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like every time a new game comes out, it's like, well, with Spider-Man, Tom was interested and he liked the game, and we wrote we wrote 2 videos about it. You know, so we got as much out of it as basically we could, and it worked decently well. And then it's been like ever since then, there has not been a new game release that was like a big deal and we liked it. You know, like Red Dead Redemption 2 was the biggest game that came out recently, and like, I'm sure if we had done content about it, it would have been successful, but we didn't want to spend $60 on Red Dead 2 because we knew we wouldn't like it. And like, if we write a super negative video about it, I mean, it maybe could have worked, because like not everyone is super positive about that game.
You know Nakey Jakey?
No, I've heard of him.
He made a video on it. It was a great video, and it was super popular too.
Yeah.
And
was it negative?
It was negative, yes.
Okay.
It was.
See, I'm sure we could have made a popular negative video. It's just
it was
a matter
exclusively
of like
negative.
Spending $60 on the game and then having to play it for hours and hours and hours. You know, doesn't help that modern games are all fucking long. Because, like, what's great about covering GameCube games is they're usually, like, 8 hours long. It's, like, it's not a huge commitment. I can get everything out of it quickly. But, like, with a game like Red Dead, if you really want to get into the bones of it, it's going to have to be like, oh, yeah, I played fucking 60 hours and did all these side quests. And, like, you know, otherwise the response you're going to get is, you didn't play the game right.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. That's fucking annoying. Jesus Christ.
You fucking don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking retarded.
That was what made it so fucking... Like, the most satisfying games analysis review video I've ever seen was Matthew Matosis on Bioshock Infinite.
Oh my god, I fucking love that video.
Because I hated that game. I played through it all in a day. I wrote like a 4,000 word thing on it that was not really... It was just like my reaction, like my initial thoughts, and I wrote it on my blog, and I didn't post it. You know, it wasn't a video or anything. I think I was a Brony YouTuber at the time. Like, I think I had, you know... But I wasn't, you know... Nobody was reading my blog, basically.
God, it was so fucking cathartic. I love it.
Yeah, I wrote a long thing about my problems with it, but like all the response I got was like, oh, you're playing the game wrong, you didn't do... Because I was complaining about things like how they have the stupid cinematic cutscenes, and like, as soon as those start up, I immediately just keep playing. Like, I just... it gives you the opportunity to keep doing stuff, and so like, I'm not going to pay attention to the cutscenes if it gives me the option to do something more interesting, you know? And people are like, oh, well, that's just because you're a fucking spaz. You don't pay attention, blah, blah, blah. And, like, all the reaction I'd gotten to the post was negative. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm not writing about games.
But why give you the option to move, then? I don't understand.
Right, exactly. It's really stupid. But, like, because Matthew Matosis was able to break it down in such... He's really good at covering his ass, you know? And
like, so good.
I've tried to do that on the I Am Games channel because I've learned over the years that, like, when it comes to gamers, when it comes to games criticism, like,
we have to people be pinpoint.
People will rake you over the coals. I mean, it's happening right now with Tom in our fucking chat, you know? Like, people giving him so much shit about, like, not playing the game right. So, of course, they're not going to listen to his criticisms regardless of... You know, I mean, any criticism he's saying is valid. He doesn't like the game for these reasons. The fact that, like, you have to play it a certain way does not alleviate the fact that if you don't want to play a game that plays that way, then the game is not fun.
Right.
But then the question just becomes, well, why did you play the game? You know,
to make money from you people.
Exactly.
But why are you playing the game?
So I want to die.
Jesus. There's the answer.
Can Nate be on I Am Games? Sure, but I mean, we don't have any plan for the time while he's here because, you know, it's not Tuesday or Thursday.
How long is he going to be here?
He's going to be here just over the weekend.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I think he comes into town tomorrow, but he's going to be with his parents for the first night.
Oh, yeah, he's from Boston.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think he says, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter if people don't currently want the content you want to make. You need to make people want it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true.
Right, yeah, that's the great point. It's like, yeah, you have to make people stay for the personality rather than...
I mean, I really hoped that the Tales of video would make people want it. A lot of people enjoyed it. Some people... There was one guy who was like, you're never going to find success doing, like, dry analysis videos like this in the current marketplace. And I'm like, but there's people doing it. But, I mean, if people don't want it, I don't know what people want. You know? Like, I don't exactly know what I can
it's weird,
provide
like,
that people want.
The people that you... The people that you mentioned, right? Yeah. Matthew Matosis, like, what? Super Bunny Hop?
Bunny Hop's fairly dry. Yeah, he doesn't write like longer videos. He's more consistently like week by week. Although he's been
but it's like
now that he's a Patreon boy, he has
with
been
someone
taking longer on his
even
stuff.
with someone like I'm not subscribed to Bunny Hop. I haven't checked out his videos.
I'm
a
huge Bunny Hop fan. I consider Bunny Hop to be one of the most similar writers to me on YouTube. Like I put us in the same category.
Right.
He's more journalistic than I am.
Someone like Matthew Matosis, like even him, he's like, it's not completely dry. It's like, well, not dry, but it's like he has a dry wit about it, you know? That keeps you constantly entertained and like keeps you on your toes.
I don't think my videos are dry. I don't think they're boring.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. How much of the I Am Games videos have you watched?
I've watched, I watched the Mega Man ones. I watched the Spider-Man ones. I watched I watched one of the Tales of ones.
The GameCube ones are where I feel like I truly hit my stride.
Yeah.
Writing about games in a quick, writing about games in like a quick fashion.
Right.
Because, I mean, another part of this is that, like, yes, of course, if we made a masterpiece video, then yes, that would make people watch it.
Right,
but like making a masterpiece video is it's not
tough.
just something you do off the back of your hand. You know?
And it's cool because, like, I don't know, in my live streams, whenever someone asks me, it's like, oh, how do you get good at drawing? I always say the same thing. I just say, like, well, look at the people whose art you admire and take active inspiration from them, and then just, like, combine that to make your own entity, basically. Your own unique art style. It's like, just make sure that the styles that you're mixing together are conducive to, like, something that people will actually like, and like maybe that's something you have to do for games writing.
Yeah, I'm sure that getting more experimental would help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a weird venture the whole time because of the fact that it's not my first job, you know?
Mm-hmm, right, exactly.
Like, it's always a side job, and that makes it weird, and like, you know, it's like almost like we've been approaching it like a get-rich-quick scheme that hasn't quite worked out. Yeah. Kajoro Bitterthorn had said, let Digi play yay or nay, and then there's like a gigantic wall of yays. But I haven't played it at all yet, so I don't know, like, what
Knockout!
Oh, you want me to try it? Alright, here. You want the chat, Tom?
No, I don't like it anymore right now.
You don't like it anymore? Oh, God. I don't know anything. Like, I have not played this at all yet. So, unless it plays literally the same as Dark Souls, which apparently it doesn't, because pressing the R1 button did not make me attack.
It's square and triangle.
Okay. Interesting. How do I run?
Hold down X.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
It's fucking tight. Just go so fast.
Going back.
Is there lemon in this smoothie?
It doesn't really matter.
Oh, I'm going backwards?
Yeah, I mean, all the enemies are spawned, so wherever you want.
Oh, pineapple. That's what that taste is. Alright. Where's all the dude bros?
Down there.
So square is attack, and how do I change my weapon or stance?
You hold down R1 and then hit triangle, square, and X.
What's the game's equivalent of SAO?
The game's equivalent of Sword Art Online?
Yes, indeed. We have cookies 56.
I don't know.
What does that even mean? Like, what attribute? What aspect of SAO?
I just summoned a monster.
SAO, like, you draw the parallel.
Whoa.
Towards.
You can do all the Tales games in one video. Yikes! You can put those by now. I think you can put out just enough.
Oh no, I have no healing.
Oh, I think you switched to quick select somehow.
I switched to what?
I said I think you switched to quick select things because like you're supposed to hit left and right on the D-pad.
Yeah, wardrobe dollar. I already mentioned that. I hate games and don't care for shit mainstream. Me May Think says, make I Am Games a channel all about why you hate games and why you don't care for shit mainstream games.
You know, that reminds me, I was considering doing a series called The World's Most Unimpressed Man, in which I just talk about why everything is unimpressive. And it would even be like stuff I like or stuff that is generally good, but I only fixate on why it is not impressive. And I would do it in like this very droll, like bored voice, like everything is just so boring and I can't take it. And it's just like, it might even be like, I mean, sure, it explores psychological themes like depression, but so does this other work, and that one did it better.
Right,
so this one's not interesting, you know. It's like,
not to be that dude. I'm pretty sure droll means interesting.
Droll?
Yeah.
Really?
I believe so.
Fuck, that makes so much more sense. I've been confused about that for a long time.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it
does.
boring.
It does sound. Yeah, that's what gregarious. Doesn't that sound like it has a negative connotation to it?
No, I always thought gregarious means like nice, right? Maybe because I knew the definition
sociable.
as soon as I heard it.
Yeah, but gregarious is just
guy.
like because like it's such a percussive word. It's just like
Gregarious.
Oh fuck.
Bioshock 2 is the good one.
I haven't played any of the. Only one I've played is Infinite.
Same.
Well, I played the first one in Infinite.
First one was good.
Yeah. I enjoyed.
Ow. Shit, this is where the fucking arrow guy is. No!
You can change the controls. Be like Dark Souls. Huh. Yeah, Zen, any plans on updating your comic? I'd really like more Elemental P in my life. Yeah, sure. It's funny because I checked my schedule today and I actually have one more week before the new semester starts. So I think I'll spend the next week making a comic. I'll try to hit 50 pages. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We did it, guys. Democracy really does work. Still haven't made the last part of your YouTube history videos. It says Digi, you still haven't made the last part of your YouTube history videos. What's that?
Oh yeah, just like going through the whole history of my channel.
Ah, okay.
Like explaining. It was basically.
Oh yeah. I watched some of those. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Why do you stop?
Shit. Well, I'm fucking trying to concentrate on this game as well.
Right.
I didn't see that guy at all. How do you block?
I said that before you mentioned it. So. Wardrobe.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draw means boring. Which word am I
Blocking
thinking
is something I literally never do in Dark Souls, so I'm like, oh yeah, blocking. That might help. Fuck! Wow. Okay.
Hey! Heroes of Vale. Don't correct me when you're wrong. Literally look it up on Google. Droll, curious or unusual in a way that provokes dry amusement. Synonyms: funny, humorous, amusing, comical, mirthful, chucklesome, hilarious, rollicking. Bitch.
Yeah, I mean the French phrase is like "la vie est drôle," right? Or something like that. To live is droll.
Yeah, that's
and
the
like
one.
it confused me because I always thought the point of that phrase was to say that life is boring and like, uninteresting. And I thought it was really weird in Kill La Kill when Ragyo says it all the time.
Right.
So I was like, why is she like? What is the relevance of that? Like that makes no sense.
Good for
why
you.
is everything so boring?
Literally like Mr. Plinkett.
Alright, how do I have any antidotes or anything?
Do it, did you please?
You do. I had them set to left and right.
Remind them wrong. Yeah, that's right. Heroes of Vale. That's right. Got him.
Okay, so this is the health item.
Doing what exactly?
Set.
Oh, it is.
You're still in school, my guy? Doing what exactly? I'm doing animation. Exams faster than Ben as a college student.
This trains you back to the left.
Why do you spell my name with an X? Looks cool though. I like it. I corrected myself immediately after. Yeah, I'm not very fast at reading these comments, my dude.
What does Amarita do? What does Amarita do?
I think they're just souls.
Bitch idiot. I like how Tom is now literally air. Tom is nature. That's what the comment said.
Alright.
You're nature now. What does that mean? That's minutes ago before you got to me. Yeah, I'm a slow reader, man. What can I say?
It's really weird that the dodge is like just a step forward as opposed to a roll. It's fucking with my mind. I guess you roll when you do it sideways.
Depending on what stance you're in, the dodge is different.
I see. Is there a jump?
No.
It says Amrita, Keyblade says Amrita is your souls and simultaneously fuel for your devil trigger.
Fuck.
Triangle plus O.
Triangle plus O?
Mm-hmm. Double trigger.
Oh. Didn't know I had it. How do I know when I'm ready for a double trigger?
I don't know. Is there some sort of gauge?
Referring to it. So,
this College of Memes and do you approve of it?
I think, well, you know, the current, I have no idea. I want to research it more, but right now
why the fuck is my shit not on my fucking taskbar anymore? I fucking assigned that shit and now it's not there.
I don't know.
It resets every time you die.
It doesn't.
If that's true, that's fucking ridiculous.
That was just a random guess. Imagine if that's actually true.
I think when you were hitting buttons in the beginning, at some point you switched it to another set of hotkeys, like you swapped between two sets.
Oh, I see.
I think.
I'll tell you, it's the funniest thing. Like, if you could literally work while you're in college and then pay off college like you could 50 years ago, then yeah, I'd be all for college. But that is not the case. It's fucking ridiculous. You're in debt for the next 20 years or whatever.
That's eras.
So that's some bullshit, honestly. And yeah, if you have the leverage with your parents to say, no, I don't want to go to college, and you have to drive, you know, if you have you have the foresight and like direction of what you want to do in your life, then definitely shouldn't go to college.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even see that guy. Alright, well, I'm starting to figure out the layout of this place a little better. I'm just like trying to figure out where you actually are trying to go. Like where am I meant to end up?
This is an important question. Why is everybody spelling my name with an X now?
Zex Huxtable or Xen Huxtable?
Yeah, XEN. Or Trumpsgate. That's like one of the first videos I did on my channel. Check it out. It says you have a double trigger when the portrait of your guardian spirit next to your HP stamina bars
I know what they're talking
is glowing / pulsing. Zen, please keep reading these. They will be relevant to helping Digi come to grips with the game.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, I'm summoning I keep forgetting these summon fucking guys for you to fight. It's very strange that would be a thing, but I guess that's the unique property of this game. There's a lot of fire that you can just kind of, you can go through it, you just take a lot of damage. But like I assume there's probably some kind of item that makes it so you can just go through fire, or some kind of state you can be in. Alright, so now I have a double trigger from the start. So the game is relenting on me for dying too much.
Do you have infinite heals? I don't think you do. Oh, Sam, what's your favorite Pokemon? Exploud.
Oh god, why?
I fucking love his design. It's huge ass mouth. I love how abrasive he is. Or they are, I guess, because they can be both, right?
Yeah. Assumably.
Yeah, I fucking love it. I have no idea. The thing is, when I was playing Pokemon, I love the sprite of it. I don't like how it looks in the anime, unnecessarily. But in general, I'm a big.
God damn.
In general,
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm a big fan of long torso Pokemon. So for alligator, Typhlosion, all that shit.
I'm gonna have to practice the actual fucking combat if I want to play this game.
What else is there? What's the one? Tyranitar. You get what I'm talking about. Stubby legs, long torso. Love that shit. I don't know why.
Weird taste.
Yeah, I know, right?
Exploud is underrated. I don't have a favorite color.
I'm rolling. Alright, how the fuck do I fix this whole healing item debacle that we've got going
Look up Labyrinth on Twitter.
I don't know what you pressed to make that happen. Like, it's like L3 or R3 or something? Because I know, R3 is how you lock onto an enemy, which is pretty helpful.
Yeah.
They didn't even mention anything about being able to switch to a different set of hotkeys.
Well, if anyone in the chat wants to inform me about that, that would be great.
He says tap R2.
Tap R2?
Yeah. I don't know what that does.
I mean, it seems like it makes me open up a bow and arrow, but maybe if you just...
How'd you not hit R2?
Oh, okay. There we go. I was pressing L2 for some reason.
No thank you music says, Digi, I say you a beat on Discord if you want a beat for free.
Another one or a previous one? I'll check it out. Fucking somebody else sent me a beat. I think it was Chiaroscuro that was really fucking ill that I definitely want to use.
Oh.
I'm really fucking picky about beat choices. It really has to be like, it has to really hit me in a certain kind of way. And I like them dirty. If you send me something that sounds like you knew what you were doing too much, then I'm like, well, it sounds like you knew what you were doing.
I don't like that.
Why do you need me?
I don't like that. Signal boosting, I don't know.
Okay, like, where do you fucking go? Like, where is the goal to end up?
Well, they're just asking general questions, though.
Well, it's because you've got it. Like, the way the chat seems to work is that they will primarily address whoever is holding the computer.
Yeah,
I keep fucking pressing Dark Souls buttons to fucking try to attack. Ah! Oh, that worked out.
So what do you usually eat for breakfast, Tom?
Nothing.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, jeez.
I'm a real big breakfast guy, so I'll eat a bunch. I always get Earl Grey tea. I get a lot of cereal. I love that s'more cereal. That shit is tight. And then I always get the cinnamon raisin bread, and I eat it with bagels. And I get a fried egg, always fried, mind you. And then I put the fried egg right inside that bagel. And, every now and then I'll get some bacon, put that in there too.
How do I fire this?
If I'm really feeling myself.
R2.
So yeah, that's what I usually do. And then I also have that, what's it called? It's like white chocolate, Lando Lakes hot cocoa. I'm fucking living it up, man.
Sounds like it, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, I have made it to a new looking place.
It says, pro tip. All the destructible crates and shit that Tom and Digi have been slashing can be destroyed quicker by just tapping X to dash through them.
Oh.
I call it the powerful body technique. Alright then.
I think I made it to the end of the level.
Word.
By running?
I told you could just run past all the enemies. I said it a bunch of times.
Okay, but why would you play the game?
Wait, you finished it? Oh! Oh, there we go.
I guess if you just want to watch a dumb cutscene and not play a video game,
I mean, I'm not going to watch the dumb cutscene.
God damn.
Oh, Jesus.
I think you're fucked now, though. I'm ill-prepared for the combat challenge ahead.
It says, you haven't been picking up the items. After you search, you need to pick the items up.
I mean, true. I kind of don't know how to play the game at all, so I was just like, I don't want to fucking try to fight all these guys.
Oh, God.
I know I'm meant to have, like, multiple weapons and, like, possibilities of, like, different loadouts, and, like, there's 5 stances
that
you
boss
can
a
use.
bitch.
And I don't know what the fucking stances are.
Can you roll or some shit in this game?
Yeah, I can roll. It's fucking...
Does it take up your stamina?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, boy. Well...
Wait, there's no checkpoints for a boss battle?
No. There's not usually in these
ways. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Oh.
So you gotta do the whole thing. Wow.
Well, ordinarily I would have probably picked up all the... Like, okay, in a Souls game, the only reason to play through an area is to get items and souls. Like, if you want to fight everybody, you're doing that because you want to either... You're trying to grind to level up, or you're trying to get all the items because being well-equipped is important for the boss fights. if I had already got all the items, assumably I keep them when I die, because I haven't seen any of them become available again that I've picked up before. So, like, progress is mostly about picking up items. However, if you don't care about the items or the enemies, you can just run to the boss. You just probably won't be prepared to fight him correctly. However, if you've already done everything in an area and you're just struggling because the boss is hard, then usually you'll just run past everything to get to him again. So the games are designed so that you can just run past every enemy to get to a boss fight. It's just like, again, if you're playing through the area for the first time, it's not probably, you're just going to miss out on everything that will make you stronger, you know? But, like, I don't really know how this game's upgrade system works yet. I don't know how the combat really works. It's pretty different from Dark Souls. It's not just run in and press R1 and win.
So someone asked you on what exactly did they say? Said, what does Digi think so far? How is the gameplay for him?
I literally have no idea how to play it. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. So there we go. I would probably intend to pick it up on my own time and play the tutorial and learn how the game actually functions. Like, I know I keep bragging about how I had such an easy time with the Souls games, but it's only because I have literally watched other people beat them several times, so I know exactly what to do. Like,
well, that changes the conversation.
Well, of course it does. I'm just saying the games are not inherently hard. They're hard because you don't know what to do. But if you know what to do, then it's easy. That's what the
definition of hard is. It's something that you have difficulty doing.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that it is hard if you don't know what to do. But if you know what to do, it's not hard. Like, what I consider to be a hard game is a game where actually performing the actions is difficult. Like, beating a platinum game on the highest difficulty, that is something that you just have to have really good reflexes. You have to really understand the mechanics thoroughly. You have to be, like, you know, fast and accurate, and I can't do any of that shit. In a Souls game, all you need to do is know the environment and level up certain aspects, and most things go down in one hit. Enemies are extremely slow, you know, like, they telegraph their moves really obviously, you know. This game is harder because the enemies don't telegraph their moves as easily. They are faster. They can kill you instantly. Like in Souls, you would never just die to a regular enemy unless you fucked up really bad. But usually there's like 5 of them in an area, you know? Like, right from the start, you're fighting a whole bunch of single enemies. Or they're placed in a way that, like, yeah, if you run at him, he's going to keep shooting arrows at you. But if you just duck into this little hallway, he's not going to hit you, and then you continue running and kill him. Like, you know, it's more about knowing the environment than it is about knowing the combat mechanics. And so, like, that's why I've been running through trying to learn the environment so I know who I have to fight when, you know, like, I know I can kill this guy pretty easily because he's by himself, but he might poison me, so it's always a little nerve-wracking. Also, I haven't really got my stamina down. I don't really understand how many hits I'm allowed to do before I need to back away. It's a lot to take in all at once. And, like, I know that when I round this corner, there's going to be an arrow guy, but there's also a dude right here. He's kind of like a trap. So, it's like, you know, you just got to, like, memorize the enemy placement and how best to encounter each. But I also, like, the whole stance system is confusing. Like, I don't know what is the easiest stance to use or, like, what difference it makes. That's probably important. I'm sure stance switching in the middle of combat. Like, I'm sure there's probably enemies where, you know, depending on what they're doing, you should use a different stance and switch on the fly. I don't know what the point is of the random guys that you can summon to fight.
Boop. Boop, boop. Pro tip, exclusively use low stance. Switch to R1 plus X if you aren't used to managing stamina yet.
Alright. That's what we're doing now.
It says, what is Tom thinking right now? He's so silent.
Yes, fucked.
I have a really bad headache.
I bet.
From trying to beat the game.
Yeah. I already kind of had a migraine before.
Oh, God.
But then I played the game, got mad, and now I'm just like,
just some pain.
God damn it.
Yeah, I had a cold for like the last week. It's
shit was killing me.
We've been going for over 2 hours, so we can fucking stop anytime.
I want another consensus. I want another second opinion. I want another prognosis doctor about this game.
Who, from me?
Yeah.
I mean, I just literally, I can't form any opinions until I play this.
That's what I mean. I want you to keep going so you can form them.
I feel like if I had been playing it from the start, it would be a lot easier for me to figure out how I feel.
That's probably true.
Let me have a go at it after this.
But the sooner we end the stream, the sooner we can drop acid, which is
Fair point.
We came here to do.
Fair point. I just want to go, honestly. I just want to see how the game feels.
Oh, God. Enemies do so much fucking damage.
Wait, was that literally more than half?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, I don't know, like...
Oh, so you heal too. Okay.
Yeah, I healed them. But I only have 3 healing items on me, so...
Oh.
It's like...
Oh, you have items. Oh.
Like, in Dark Souls, for instance, you would always start with 5. In Bloodborne, you usually would have 20 on you. I mean, it's possible that... I don't know if Tom wasn't gathering them throughout the levels or anything. Like, I really don't know how stocked I'm supposed to be at this moment.
Stance Undertale. Okay.
That guy got fucked.
A lot of pro tips. Is it dropping acid, dang your ass?
Is it?
Living is dangerous.
Oh,
it's true.
Someone said that. Perfect.
Do you have any, like, did the guy who sold it to you or whatever, like, had he tried it? Have you vouched for the batch?
Oh, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as, I mean, I trust it as long as it's been vouched for. It's from, like, a friend of yours, right? Not just, like, a guy.
No, it's
Long-time friend, yeah. I know so many drug dealers from my high school.
Can this guy get me weed cheap-ish?
He's going back to Amherst real soon, but...
Why are your friends always only in town for like a fucking weekend?
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah.
Ben said he had a guy who could get... weed became legal, so I was like, oh, I don't need your guy. But then, like, legal weed is so fucking expensive.
That's how they get you.
Alright, I think I'm starting to understand, I can't carry any more of this. What is it? Is it the bombs? It's probably the bombs. They all have stupid Japanese names instead of fucking descriptive names. I mean, maybe the names would be descriptive in Japanese. Oh, I knocked out that light. I wonder if that's important. Is there, like, any kind of visibility system in this?
Not that I'm aware of it.
I'm finding that much like in Souls, it's a good idea to, like, open with a heavy hit, just because it puts them off guard immediately. And you know, usually, if you engage an enemy yourself, it's like you kind of have the advantage of like it only becomes difficult once you're managing stamina. So when you first start a fight, you've always initiative to do something really big and like knock them off their guard, if possible. So I try to open with heavy and then transition into smaller attacks, which it's easier to combo like that in this than it is in Souls. Like, you can't really just transition between heavy and weak the same way in a Souls game. So that's of interest, I suppose. It also gets a lot more comfortable the more guys you kill. And you're kind of like, alright, okay, let's fight a big boy. Let's see how this plays out.
Alright, let's get it. Bam! Oh, yikes. Oh. Oof.
Nope.
Oof.
Nope.
There we go.
Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. What are you doing? You just fucking standing there? Fucking asshole.
Jesus. There it is. That's the ticket.
Circle strafe to victory, dog. Just like the old It's like the old first-person shooters.
Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah. All right.
Oh, fuck yeah. No, no.
Oh!
Wow.
Wow! Wait.
Wow!
God damn!
God damn! What the fuck?
Alright then. Yeah.
That is bullshit. Like, that is such an... Like, his animation did, like... Okay. You should always have a proportional amount of damage to the wind-up animation.
I think that was a pretty strong telegraph.
I don't know, man. Like, that did my whole bar. Like,
It did to your whole bar.
like in a Souls game, that would have been a guy with a gigantic knife that he swung all the way over his head, you know? Like,
when we ain't in Dark Souls, boy.
no, we're not. We're not in Souls.
Oh man, that's crazy stuff. Your whole bar, fucking hell.
I think it did. I don't know how much of it.
No, it looked like it, yeah.
This guy is just standing in the fire, dying. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, AI. But he left his gold in the fire. Ah! Fuck.
Woo!
Oh, wait, I can't. I was just thinking, like, it's kind of bullshit that I can't just kill that guy before he gets me. And then I was like, wait, I have a gun. The gun is mightier than the archer.
Oh shit.
That was way easier than I thought it would be. So.
Oh, that was Nate saying that. He said, "Guys, please stop drugs." Oh, guys, please stop. Drugs make me scared and gay. Think of Christ.
Nate's in there? When the hell did he get in there?
About like 5 minutes ago.
We're not gonna do acid while you're here, Nate. You're good. Or are you here already? No, you're here tomorrow.
Imagine.
Well, you're in town.
What are you guys gonna do on acid? We're gonna listen to fucking music, dude.
Yeah, it seems like that's the most recommended thing is listening to music.
Usually you should have some questions that you want answered.
Have you done acid before?
Multiple times.
Okay, so you know what's going on.
Yeah.
I've never done it before.
I mean, you did half a tab.
I did half a tab, but I did not trip.
Okay.
So, so it's new for me.
Yeah, well, you have someone that you trust right there, so.
Yeah, I'm in good hands. Yeah. I'm used to altered states of consciousness in general, so things would have to get
pretty different.
Things have to get pretty fucking scary for me to really lose track of reality, I think. And we're only doing a one tab, so it's beginner mode. Ow, you
It's actually pretty standard.
Kike.
Not so much beginners, to recommend it, but big cum denied.
Can I say kike on Twitch?
Probably
Why
not.
Why not?
If you have to ask.
That's a good point.
This is only country.
Whoa, I knocked his helmet off. Oh my god. The arrows are so good! Why have I not been using it the whole time? I guess you probably have a pretty limited supply of those.
No thank you, music. I work on Sundays. That's why.
You gotta read the question or else we don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, it's just a question for me. He said, why haven't I been on a PCP episode?
That can't be the only reason. We also haven't invited you.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Sure, but I'm not going to skip work to be on a PCP. I make time and a half on Sundays.
I didn't even know you had a job. Where do you work?
I sell Dyson vacuums.
Oh, in what, where? Where do you sell them?
I sell them, I recently got relocated to one of the bigger stores.
So, like, in a store? Like, one of those, like...
Yeah, I don't door-to-door, no. Not in this weather, fuck
Like,
no.
rich people come to you and just
What
be like,
store?
"Hello."
Is it like
Basically,
a
yes.
Best Buy?
A
or
Best
like-
Buy, yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend who did a Best Buy, he sold, like, internet or whatever.
Alright.
Best Buy. Now he works for Geek Squad in a Best Buy.
Yeah.
He's
The
been
crew's
slowly
usually
moving
cool.
up the Best Buy ladder since, like, 11th grade.
No, it's fun.
Shouldn't be the best guy.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ, okay. I fucking, like, accidentally, like, nicked the fire and instantly died. Here, you can give this a shot. I'm gonna go pee.
Right. Yeah, I've never played PlayStation ever.
Light attack. Heavy attack.
Uh-huh.
tap X to dodge, like leap out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then guard. Hold that down to guard.
Mm-hmm. What's this?
What's what?
A circle.
Circle is... I don't know. It's been 10 minutes. I'm already collecting information from this game. I don't think it matters. I don't think circle matters very much.
Alright, cool. What do you pray for?
That's just to use... You heal yourself, but you also respawn all enemies.
Really?
Yeah.
Wowee.
So... Right now, nothing will happen.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
If you hold down X, you run fast.
Really? Yeah. But it also uses stamina. Okay. Of course it does. Of course it does.
This game is very hard. It's hard because if you let down your guard for like a second, then you are kind of fucked.
Here I come. I am Siniman. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Oh.
Are you guys gonna try PCP on RadCon 4? Probably. I mean, this is not RadCon 4 happening. It's RadCon 3.25, as Tom said. It's not really a RadCon. It's more a meeting to discuss the future of PCP HQ.
How do you heal?
Up on the D-pad.
Yeah.
You have 3 items.
What's the D-pad? This thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You have 3 of them, huh?
That was such an innocent question. What's the D-pad? Yes, Jimmy, it is.
Yeah! I
Play a video game.
No, I never played on a PlayStation before.
It's been called the D-pad since the 80s, so...
Right. What's the D-pad?
All the members of the PCP using PCP when? One day. Someone said stop trying to dox you because I was asking you about your job. There's a lot of...
I talk about it on my live streams all the time.
Oh, good point, Zugo Desu. It should be called RadCon 3.33, not a RadCon.
Yeah, there it is.
Got me good. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Digi, I've been watching through the old Patreon commentaries on your drive, and I want to thank you again for making them. They're my favorite content that you make.
Hey, come over here.
That's
bitch.
Fucking Devu really loved making those, and like there was one point.
Fuck me.
He was like he said that like it was the only thing validating even like doing this job was that he got to do those. But now he's like, I don't have time, and neither do you. And we're like, we both just agreed because it would be different if they were still as easy to release as they were when they weren't getting taken off of Drive constantly.
Oh,
but
so it's not immediate. The healing isn't immediate. Okay.
No, you gotta wait for an animation, dog.
It's pretty bullshit.
Good.
No thank you says PCP, referring to the drug, gets a bad rap. That's a fine drug. People just dose way too much.
Really?
Have you actually done PCP? No thank you? I'm impressed if you have, honestly.
It looks really scary.
It does seem it seems really fucking scary, yeah.
I will not try PCP.
Yeah, I would rather stay away. Is Devu still alive? I don't even know. I do not hear from him until he makes my videos. Like, for the last couple months...
He tweeted yesterday, so he's probably still alive.
Yeah, I guess he's back on Twitter since his game came out, but he has not come back to the PCP group chat yet, so...
Maybe he just finally realized he's better off without it. It's like, man, I don't need to hear those guys all the time.
If he is, I mean, I don't even know what state he's, like status he's in, you know? Like, I don't know if things are going well for him or bad. I don't know if he's... you know, I don't know if he's been doing lots of other stuff. I don't know what's going on at all. He just pops in and makes my videos, and that's all the interaction we've had.
And he fucking dips.
Zen is best dressed of anyone Digi related, just because you're wearing like a bright ass hoodie.
No, I'm very normal core in my streetwear.
Have any of you guys played Demon Souls? If so, what do you think of it? If you answered this question already, I'm sorry. Of course, Demon Souls is one of my favorite games.
Demon Souls.
My top 4 favorite games are as follows: Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 3, and Dark Souls. So,
come over here.
Fuck him up, you.
And those are not in any particular order. It's really difficult to decide. Like, on the one hand, Bloodborne has, like, my favorite aesthetic, but it is, like, it's a little too samey and linear compared to the other ones. Dark Souls 1 is, like, the best in terms of just, like, open exploration and, like, being able to play it a million different ways and always, like, being able to return to it. But I think it's clunky in a lot of ways that were fixed by, like, Bloodborne and Dark Souls, and I also don't think that anything in it is as distinctive as Demon Souls. Like, Demon Souls has the most weirdness, the most, like, intrigue, but it is a little unbalanced. Dark Souls 3 is, like, almost just the automatic best. If it was just a little bit more open-ended, I think it would be more beloved. I mean, for my money, Dark Souls 3 is probably the one that I find the most replayable. I would say that's probably my favorite, just because, like, I know other people would say Dark Souls 1 is the most replayable because you could play it 70 times, but to me, a game being playable, like, 5 times throughout my entire life would be the most replayable it could ever be. Like, I highly doubt I'm ever going to play a single game more than 5 times in my life. Although, I mean, maybe when I get older, but I mean, there's always new stuff coming out. I don't think there's any media I've consumed that many times except for Fooly Cooly because it is so short. I've seen it like 12 or 13 times, but that is like easily the most. How many times have you beaten Devil May Cry, Tom?
Oh my god. Probably at least 100 times.
Like, for me, the most amount of time I have ever spent playing a single game is 120 hours. And I've done it on, like, 3 games. Maybe more than that on Smash. Well, one of those was an MMO. Terra Online I played about 120 hours of. And that's by far the most I've played of any MMO.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I played this game called Either the Saga, and I've easily clocked in at least 1,000 hours.
Yeah, I know, like, I feel like most gamers have, like, at least a couple games they've spent a few hundred hours on, but
yeah.
I just am not that guy. Because I'm always trying to get everything over with.
Fucking fire.
Like, when I beat all those Souls games, I beat them each in 2 days. It was just like, I sat down and played it for 12 hours, and then I sat down and played it for another 12 hours, and it was done, you know? That's generally how I play games. And if it takes me more than, like, 3 or 4 days to beat a game, then the odds of me finishing it diminish considerably.
Just like, fuck this shit.
It was such a struggle to get through the end of Final Fantasy X because the final boss is really hard, and like I had already been playing it for like 3 or 4 days, and it's like at that point I feel like, oh god, I haven't been working. I can't justify this anymore, you know?
Yeah. It's all about using your time wisely and all that.
Yeah. Digi, do you still use a slow cooker? Occasionally. I mean, we use everything now. We have every fucking possible cooking device. We've got a pressure cooker. We've got a fucking...
We got a toaster.
We got a toaster. We got a toaster oven, a microwave, a grill, a blender, a fucking... again, a slow cooker, a fucking... fuck, what else do we have? We have another one, right? I feel like I missed one.
Oh, can I not heal when I'm poisoned?
You are out of healing items.
What?
But
since when? I never used them.
We're constantly...
Might have switched to the other...
Yeah, try pressing R2. There you go. Hot pot. That's the one. Yeah, we've got a hot pot now.
No kidding.
I think there might even be another one. Another one.
Why did I switch to the other thing? Hey! Fuck you! Eat my ass, bitch. Oh, fuck. No.
I wouldn't say I'm kind of on this game. I have formed no opinion on this game whatsoever. I truly, honestly don't know how to play it because I have been started on halfway through the second big level.
No.
I feel like the game was probably designed with a certain sense of progression where you learn the mechanics. and like what you have. Like for instance, when I first picked up the controller, I went into my items, and there was like a wall of items. And like if I was playing this game, gradually I would have been reading what each of them does as I picked them up. But like trying to just read it all at once is just like a text dump, you know. And we gotta stop.
No. Yeah,
I'm tired.
I have no investment in this. We can go on over.
Let's fucking goodbye, everybody.
All right, we out. There it is.
Video games you want to see?
Fuck.
I want to see this.
So that's a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
All right then.